it out real quick. Check it out real quick. Check it.
Let's see what this is doing. Doesn't have a. Oh, I have it backwards. That's why.
All right, let's see how it looks. We got sound. We have sound. All right, wonderful. But do they have me? Yes, we do. All right, wonderful. Okay, hi everybody. We're back for part two of our MCU Project Tier List discussion. I'm of course Mike Dark Slim, and I'm joined here by.
It's your boy Fino Drake Raya.
All
Check
right,
out the new logo. That's dope.
wonderful job,
Um,
wonderful job
yep.
on the logo. Who put that together, by the way? Get
I
that
did.
shout out.
I've been working on it all day, honestly. So it's just crazy. Yeah, man. I had the new logo, the Steph Curry jersey, the GOAT, and stuff like that. So I'm
Wonderful.
ready.
All right, so we will make sure to include in the description the link to the Drake Riot's Casa Discord channel. If you
Yes,
want to
please.
ever find a community that loves to play Marvel Rivals or just talk nerd
Chill
shit,
vibes.
yeah, stuff like we're doing now, then join this. All right, but you can check that link in the description in a bit. So to summarize for folks, this is part two of our tier list discussion. And what we went ahead and did was we found basically the 66 MCU projects that were made as of the recording of that episode, which was a couple of weeks ago. So it does encompass uh, Daredevil Born Again, even though season 2 is not finished, but it is counting it. And Daredevil Born Again is one of the series, is one of the projects that we have not yet ranked. And to explain to people that might not know how we're doing this, um, we're taking turns ranking a project on a tier list. You have S rank, A, B, C, D, and F, and our criteria for that kind of agrees with each other, but not completely. Um, but you'll hear our rationales as we go for why something is a S, A, B, C, D, or F tier project. And what we do is, I might pick a project, I'll place it on a tier, and after I explain my case for it, Fino has a chance to either agree with it or spend his turn to move that project up or down a rank, just one rank. Um, and I say use his turn because if he just agrees, then he gets to place the next one, and then I have to choose whether or not I want to agree with it, move it, or just go ahead and rank another project. So it's not competitive. It's cooperative. I don't know. It's not. We're not gonna completely agree, but the point is for
No.
us to put together this list, and then the intent is for in a future episode or in a future discussion live stream, we're gonna take our tier list and then use that to essentially seed the 66 projects with a couple play-ins because there's only 64 in an NCAA tournament type of thing, right? March Madness,
Yes, sir.
college basketball. So we're gonna take the rankings here and then use that information to seed all 66 projects into a bracket and then debate down the winner all the way to the final two competitors and the DK best MCU project um as of the recording of these debates. All right. So, last time I think Fino went first.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So,
Started off with a GOAT.
I'm gonna go first this time. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. And let's just take a look at the projects that are not ranked yet. They're in alphabetical order. We got Agatha All Along, Agent Carter, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the OG Ant Man, which should be before that, I guess. We got Captain America, the first Avenger, Captain Marvel, the aforementioned Daredevil Born Again, the Defenders miniseries that they did on Netflix, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange the OG, which that should go before, Echo, Eyes of Wakanda, Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man series, Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Hulk, the Harlem one, Iron Fist, Iron Heart, Iron Man 2, Loki, Luke Cage, Punisher, Spider Man Homecoming, Thor the Dark World, Wakanda Forever, and finally Wonder Man. So these are the series that have yet to be ranked. And from here, I'm going to pluck an easy one. Just let me check where I put this ultimately. And just to be sure, yeah, I remember. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and rank Thor the Dark World. I'm going to put it at D tier. And I'm going to put it ahead of Marvel Zombies. Uh, Thor the Dark World. By putting it a D tier, I'm saying it's not the worst Thor project, but it is close. um, the Loki Thor brother dynamic in this one is very strong. Loki has some pretty good scenes in this movie, but overall, the Dark Elves were Malekith. I think the
Yes,
villain's name
Malika.
Malekith.
Mhm.
Very forgettable. Um, not a lot. I'm umming a lot. I apologize. Conscious of it. I'll stop. There's a lot of this lore that they try to drop on the Asgardian beef with the conflicts that they had with the Dark Elves. Doesn't really
Yeah.
stick. The cool parts in this movie, the parts that hit, are the moments between Loki and his mom, Freya, Thor, and his relationship with Jane Foster is more established here, but doesn't do much for me. I don't remember a lot of this movie. I remember more Darcy, but
Yeah, I bet you do.
of course, shout out to Kat Dennings.
Yeah.
But it's not the best Thor movie. It's not the best MCU project. I think I may have watched this movie a total of 2 times, maybe three. Don't think I watched it more than that. Though a supercut, an edit of the Loki scenes, I might revisit. But the entire project, very weak for me. And the only reason that I don't have this Thor project lower or as low as Thor Love and Thunder is because Thor Love and Thunder fumbled, as we mentioned before, one of the MCU, one of Marvel's most intriguing villains in the last 15 years from the comics. On top of that, they cast Christian Bale to play him and completely fumbled. So, with that said, that I find more egregious than the kind of boring. Because I'll say it, Thor Dark World it has some boring parts in it, and I only put it a D because of the Loki Thor brother dynamic that
Yep.
goes on. What say you?
So for me, yeah. So I actually recently watched it. I think I actually watched it the day we did part one,
Mm,
or the day before. So because I honestly just forgot about the movie. It's really not much to say. I agree with where you have it. D is fine. Um, maybe I enjoyed it more than She-Hulk, but I mean, I but that's probably it. Um, the Loki Thor I thought was awesome. Thor was great. You know, I think Thor was probably great throughout the whole movie, but um, other than that, yeah, the villain I think they had potential. I think had really good potential, especially in the beginning of the movie. But then it's just they never did anything to build on it. there was also uh too many scenes with the side characters and not enough of Thor and Loki, I felt like. So although hey, don't get me wrong, don't mind seeing Cap, but other than that, it was just a little bit too much focus on the scientists and his
Selfish.
scientist. Yeah, I forgot his name. Yeah, but in his underwear, pretty much, it was like
That's right.
four scenes just about that. So just whatever. Other than that, yeah, it's fine where it is.
Yeah, I don't want to harp on it too much either because we're agreeing it's at the D tier. But this project, probably more so than some of the other projects in the MCU, it felt like it was really shoehorning the Infinity Stones into the plot because it was a stone, but then it was this weird red mist. You know what I mean? So it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
so that
because
was
it
kind
was
of
the reality
that was
stone. That's
weird.
right.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. And then it was the reality stone. I
It was the
felt,
second stone, right?
yeah,
In the MCU.
yeah, and I felt like they could have done more with the reality stone as a concept. You know what I mean? It wasn't until
Yeah,
like Thanos picks it up that he starts casting illusions as effectively. I thought they could have probably done something really cool with it, especially with Loki, who was casting illusions from his
yeah,
cell
yeah.
to show himself doing a little bit better than he actually was, which is one of my favorite scenes actually in the MCU period. But that wasn't enough to raise it from D tier, so it's at D. We agree. So you don't lose your turn, and you get to pick the next project. So where you going with it, Fino?
I mean, I just feel like I don't want to spoil anything. I'm sorry, but just because I watched it last night and every Tuesday prior, I just feel like it's best we go with Daredevil here. Uh, Daredevil is continuing greatness from. No, wait, I forgot. Is separate? Or this is just. I forgot. Is this combining them or this two separate entities? Just to make sure.
We
We
I
already did the
see. I
first
see.
one,
You
right?
forgot that you one of your S tiers. You see, the thing with Fino is,
Oh yeah, yeah,
folks,
yeah. That's right. Okay, I just want to make sure.
your boy be forgetting
I
his own
forgot where I
S
ranked
tiers and
it.
even why they're S tiers. So it's like, are they S tiers? I don't know.
No, no, I just forgot for a second. Okay, all right. I forgot we split them up. So
Netflix Daredevil's an S tier. That's where we
yeah,
left it.
so
Where
the
are you
reason
putting Thor
why
again?
I'm putting this one in A.
Okay, where?
It's not.
Where in A?
Uh oh. Let me let me see. Um, Probably right before Deadpool.
Before Deadpool, after Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I
All
would
right.
say maybe right there.
Tell the people why you
Um,
put it there.
well, look, I just think that it's it's a really good series. I mean, it's not. I think the first season isn't as epic as the first season of the original Daredevil, so that's why it's not S tier. I think season two is really good. I thought last night's episode was really good. I'm not gonna say any spoilers just in case, but
Yeah, don't worry.
uh,
This is not a
yeah,
spoiler type of thing.
but I just think that the first season was it picked up really well from the events of I guess the continuation of the original Daredevil series. Um, I really like what Kingpin is doing. I think his whole I guess aura is really felt on New York City as a whole. And I think now, him becoming more unleashed as time goes on and becoming even more of
More
the
unhinged.
Kingpin that we love
Yeah.
and we know him for. I think it's just gonna get the show's just gonna get better and better. So with that said, I got it at A tier.
Okay.
I would say more, but I don't want to spoil stuff. So
That's fine. So on my original ranking, which was done, I want to say it was done after episode
it was it
episode
was right before episode two, if I remember right.
nah, nah.
Because this what episode is this? This was
Just
that
now it was
5 or 6?
6. Nah, 6 just passed.
Okay, so we
So I
did
think it was
that
after
at
3.
3. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was right after 3.
I think it was episode 3. And I don't
Mhm.
want to spoil, but was episode 3 the blue logo one, or was episode 4 the blue logo
I wanna say that was
one? 4.
4.
Okay.
4, yeah.
I think it was 4. So I did my ranking before episode 4, and I originally had Daredevil Born Again at B. I had it
Okay.
at B so far because even though I understand logistically how they had a redirection in season 1, new creative team, they didn't want to get, completely abandon ship on money and footage that was already done. They tried to find a way to mix that into a brand new narrative.
Yeah,
The rumor was that you wouldn't see Matt Murdock in the Daredevil costume until like the third or fourth episode. And a lot of people, especially the cast, have been very open about how they thought that was a mistake, a huge mistake. And
yeah,
so that whole opening scene in season 1, episode 1, that whole opening thing was done after the fact, and they basically remixed parts of everything to put together a series that had very big shoes to fill.
yeah,
Um, they brought back most, if not all, of the original cast. Roles that were played by actors in the Netflix series. They pretty much got everybody back.
yeah, they did.
Wilson Bethel as Bullseye, Ben Poindexter being one of the best gets because there were moments there where they might not have got him back.
Right. Yeah,
And so that being said, because of the shakiness of the first season, I had it at B, and season 2 hasn't played out yet. But I'm okay with it being an A simply because of that episode 4. That episode to me elevated the series, and it really, to me, that's where they really put their mark on season 2, was with that fourth episode, and it's been pretty much an upswing from there.
yeah. I was say the last 3 episodes have been fire. So
Yeah, yeah, they've been pretty good. And the one thing I will say is that besides season 1, where Matt and Frank had that whole um,
exchange.
exchange, thank you, where Frank kind of helps Matt mourn because he's been just carrying guilt so much of what happened in the beginning of season 1.
Great
And
scene, by the way.
right, besides that, one thing I have to say about Born Again is I'm not getting enough of those kind of long monologues from, especially from Matt, where he's like really articulating his struggles. That's
Hmm.
like a Daredevil character signature. Him
Yeah,
being Catholic, there's plenty of moments in the stories, where he gets to confess. So you hear him verbalize a lot of his struggles and the things that he's going through. It's not like internal monologuing. He gets it out. He gets it out like he gets a lot of things out. His rage and his frustration and his sense of justice, all that stuff. I would say that the Netflix series had that more often, had those kind of speeches more often, and I really like those. And I'm hoping that we get that more in season 3 because I don't think we're gonna get it at this rate in season 2. So in a way, I'm kind of saying I want them to borrow a bit of the pacing element of the Netflix series, not the frustratingly long stretched out shit. But I would like to see more of those kind of pensive moments, especially with Matt going forward. But I think A is fair. That's pretty solid. And when I look at the fact that it's on the same tier as WandaVision, that's pretty high praise, I think, for a series.
yeah. I think and look, I have it at the bottom tier of it. Like it's not, it's it to me. I would say this season, if season 2 obviously didn't happen yet, it would be a B for me. But the with the events that have taken place and how the episodes have been, in my opinion, getting better and better.
I agree.
Um, and just the whole thing about Kingpin and how, Just unhingingness is coming out more.
I mean, can we just
Oh,
go ahead and just say that Kingpin is the best MCU villain? Like, he is. I'm not saying he's my favorite. I'm not saying he's the most dangerous. But in terms of fleshed out and as a character and how many moments,
well,
he might be, bro. Who's better than him? I mean, you got Thanos. This is impromptu. This was not part of the anything. But
yeah.
you got.
I'm think. Are we including? Are we including Goblin?
Well, yes, but if we're talking about MCU, then we're really only talking about
Well, that's an
No Way
extension
Home.
now. It is
He is.
included.
He's kind of an extension. But fine, okay, I'll give you Goblin. I'll give you
Goblin.
Willem Dafoe's
I think
Goblin.
Goblin got to be thrown in there.
Of
I
course,
mean, Fist is yeah. Fist is
Purple Man from Jessica Jones
from Jessica
is
Jones. He
is
was
up there.
amazing.
There's some pretty damn good, great villains. But I
Can we
feel
throw
like
Loki?
Kingpin. I mean, I don't count Loki. I didn't even count Loki when he was attacking New York because your
Okay,
argument
all
was
right.
that he was doing it under duress and desperation. So I don't even count him there. But I don't know. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, yeah,
Again, not
he's
my
up there.
favorite, but in terms of just like all the moments he's had and the development of the character and D'Onofrio kills it, man. He kills it.
We should do a character one
We could do
where
a character one. We
instead
could
of
do it.
tiers, we just throw like every character in a
Yeah,
bracket and
we'll take
just
all 872 characters and we'll rank
let's
them.
do it. Let's do it. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
probably just the heroes and the villains, but and maybe side characters too, as a separate thing. But all right, we
Yeah,
got
can't forget
Daredevil.
Cat.
I had a
Can't
all
forget
right.
Dark.
Let's get to it. We got more. All right, so my turn then, right?
Yes.
Okay, my turn. So we're gonna take a look here at these lists. I'm gonna take a look at my list over here. All right. Controversy. We're gonna go with another series. We're gonna go with Agatha.
Okay.
Agatha all along. Um, I I watched Agatha. I watched it over the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
Um, after all the episodes were out and everything, I watched it over the course of 2 days. I enjoyed Agatha all along as a series. I enjoyed it. Aubrey Plaza was great in it. Catherine Hahn is great in it. It's older, so I'm gonna spoil it. It sets up Wiccan, cool, and cool. My favorite episode involves a character that ends up dead anyway. Is the tarot card episode, which is really dope. Cool, and cool. But at the end of it, I said to myself, couldn't this have just been a movie? And if you're gonna make an Agatha movie, couldn't you just have done a movie about? And then I just started listing all these other characters that should have gotten or should get burned. Either that we've seen already in the MCU or that we haven't seen yet in the MCU. I'm like, is Agatha where we had to go with it? I love Catherine Hahn. She was great in WandaVision. But
Hmm.
I just thought about how so many resources was thrown behind this story, and this goes to where for me it's important in the tier lists, and I'm gonna bring it up here. Where does it land in terms of how does it connect? Like the bang for the buck for me watching it and how the consequences play out, the decisions play out in the narrative, the threads that connect the tapestry of the MCU. And
All right.
I don't think we've seen that yet. Maybe when they do eventually introduce the Young Avengers or whatever, and Wiccan comes back, and maybe it'll matter more. But right now, it doesn't matter much, even though it was entertaining. I have it at C. I have it
Okay.
at C, and I have it. I enjoyed it more than I have it there. I have it at C. I have it right behind where we would have Guardians Volume 2, which still breaks my heart. Any thoughts on Agatha?
Okay. No, not really. It was okay. It wasn't like a. It was okay for me. I mean, I kind of agree. Um, Agatha was fine. Character was fine. But I didn't really have like big emotions with the show. It was to me it was almost a waste. but it did have some parts, the whole setup for Wiccan and stuff. So I'm all good with it. Um, I want to go to the next one.
Okay.
So for my pick, um, I'm gonna go with Falcon, our buddy Falcon, the Winter Soldier movie,
Series.
series. Sorry, the
Okay.
series. Um, it's weird because I didn't, I didn't hate it,
Okay.
but I think the villain was, I mean, obviously it was terrible. Um, I did like that they introduced, oh wow, oh man, the anti Captain America, got his name.
Oh,
Oh,
uh, U.S. agent.
U.S. Agent. Yeah, I was thinking Agent
Basically,
13. I was like, wait, Agent 13? No,
well,
that's
Agent
that.
13 is in there too, but
He is in there, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I did like the whole U.S. Agent part, though. I would say you can argue he's probably the best part of that whole series,
also,
but you can argue it. I don't know. It was it wasn't totally bad. It had parts that was I was fine with. I think it's unfortunate for the series is that everyone misses the real Captain America,
the man
so
said the real Captain. You say the
the real
original.
Captain, the real Captain America, okay? And it's unfortunate for Mackie that he has to step into this role, and it is kind of like he's I mean I don't know. It's just a really unfortunate situation. Um, I don't think he did bad. I thought he was actually good in the show too. But I think just the whole premise of the villain and not working, maybe if they had a better villain, it would have been better. I wish they do something with Agent 13 and continue off of that because I was actually kind of interested off of what happens with her in this. As I think we mentioned that before. But other than that, for my ranking of it, I'm gonna have to put it in D. Um,
Where?
I guess you could put it like probably right after the movie. I guess like I enjoyed the movie more. I did like Eternals more. So I guess after Eternals. Yeah, after Eternals. Oh, that'll be better.
Okay. I wasn't expecting you to go after what you said. I wasn't expecting you to say D. I thought you were gonna go with what I had it as. I had it as a C.
You
Um,
did? Okay.
I had it as a C because I mean this series was very frustrating. If Daredevil Born Again season 1 was a patchwork mishmash, I don't know if there's another project that is as much a mishmash as Falcon Winter Soldier. Not gonna rehash all the things that you can just go up and read about or listen to in terms of the production issues, but they made this pre-COVID. It released during COVID, right? And because one of the major plot lines was supposed to be like this viral biological attack type deal with people in quarantine and tents and things like that, which they ended up scratching,
Yeah.
then you get this whole fucking mess when it comes to trying to understand, well, what are the goals of the this terrorist group again? It's really hard to follow that. The pacing in this series really bothered me too, because even though I did eventually, like in Thunderbolts, I liked U.S. Agent. I felt like they were way too fucking quick to forgive, because this guy kills the dude. The like his first day as Captain America. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He in public with the shield,
With the shield, yeah.
and I'm like, damn, yeah. Bucky and Sam don't even forgive each other as easily as if I felt like they forgave this guy. Because like 2 episodes later, after they hunt him down to get the shield back, they're working together, and then it's like all is forgiven. They're dapping up on camera. And I felt that that was a little bit rushed. I feel like he should have earned not forgiveness, but like, damn, like it was just too quick. And for a series, for something to be too quick, it's like you got time, so take it. But I'll say this last thing. I'm not gonna waste my turn bumping it up to C. I don't think it's worth it. But I will say this: Anthony Mackie as Sam Wilson exceeded my expectations. Not that they were very high. You know what I'm saying? But with what they've done with his character, I feel like they haven't done a good job of basically. I feel like they've put more effort into trying to give you Anthony Mackie, sorry, Falcon being Captain America. They haven't done as good a job of like of Anthony Mackie feeling like Sam Wilson from the comic books. I don't know if that makes sense. Like basically the struggle of the character of Falcon trying to take on the mantle of Captain America, that's one thing. But I feel like they've also had to put a lot of effort behind selling Anthony Mackie as just Sam Wilson, let alone Anthony Mackie as like
Yeah.
Captain America. It's like
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying. Like it's hard. It's been hard for them to do that. So I really want to see what they do in Doomsday when we see Anthony Mackie and this mystery team of Avengers he's put together, and how they feed off of him. I need to see that
Yeah.
because especially since they've already confirmed that Steve Rogers is coming back as Cap, in some shape or form. Well, Steve Rogers is gonna be back. I don't know if he's gonna be Cap, but he's gonna be back, like Prime Steve
Yeah.
Rogers. So it's like, how
Mhm.
is that gonna play off of? And then the last thing about this series is, you have the whole Isaiah Bradley plot line, which I was hoping that's where they would lean into with the movie, but instead we talked about it. The Captain America 4 is basically half a Hulk movie, which I don't think it should have been that. Should have been focused on just Isaiah Bradley, maybe. Um, but that being said, I'm not gonna fight you. It was a poorly paced series. Although when Bucky and Sam are on screen together with the banter, I love it. And this series probably has one of my favorite lines in all the MCU. When Bucky tells him, if Cap was wrong about you, maybe he was wrong about me. I love that line
Yeah.
because
There was a couple. There was a speech in there too that Mackie said that I was good. And then don't we also see the Dora Milaje in this as well?
yeah,
Is it?
that
Yeah.
that
So
part is
they
cool.
had a good scene
We
too.
we get
But I
Baron
just
Zemo back too. We get Baron
oh
Zemo
yeah,
back a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit
Yeah.
too, and he's funny. You get the dance. You get the
I,
dance.
yeah. I don't know. I think it was just too many issues, and then like I said, the villain was, I mean, just a young girl. Like it was stupid. Like
Yeah,
not
they
stupid,
didn't get
but
to
it
establish
didn't work.
themselves. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fight you on that. So I'll just move on to my next one. All right, so we're gonna go and take Harlem Hulk and put him at C. Harlem Hulk, I enjoyed it more than Agents of Shield, but yeah, the Harlem Hulk thing. It took 20 something years for them to come back around to resolve the threads of the narrative in the Harlem Hulk series. Maybe a little less if you count She Hulk and we see Abomination there. Ed Norton plays Bruce Banner in this one. I thought he did an okay job, but apparently he was difficult to work with or something. So that's why they didn't bring him back and they went the Ruffalo route. But I mean, the Harlem Hulk movie holds a place in my heart because we don't get to see Hulk like this very often in the MCU. Not often enough. Like this Hulk feels like a threat. This Hulk feels strong. You know what I mean? And we don't we don't really get that much of the savagery that I was hoping to see more often from Hulk. Hulk smash. That's usually not an order. That's usually a description of what the fuck happened because
Right.
it's Hulk. But I gotta see. This is basically the unofficial. This was the start of the MCU. It Well, it was because recruiting and stuff started here in the post credit scenes in a bar. So for the Avengers and stuff. So
Yeah,
I got it at C, a low C, Harlem Hulk.
I have no issues with it. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't remember too much from it. Just because I think I've only seen it once. Yeah, I think I've only seen it once. I do remember Hulk being Hulk though, so that's something they do need to bring back.
Hulk.
Hopefully, we do see that soon. But who knows? Tomorrow's a brand new day, so we'll see. Other than
See what he
that,
did there? See what he did there, people?
other than that though, yeah, you got it at a C, and I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'm cool with that.
All right.
Um, for the next thing, since you said Harlem,
I did.
might as well stay in Harlem.
Luke Cage?
Uh, let's
Luke Cage?
let's let's bring Cage out here because Cage is a very interesting. It's a very interesting show.
I
I'll
agree.
be honest. From the, I think I'm probably in the minority when it comes to this. Um, but I really think that Cage is probably my least favorite from the Netflix four, like from each person's individual series. Like
I can
I think
assure you that you are in the minority.
it was my least favorite.
I can
Um,
assure you are in
I
the
know
minority.
I no. So the reason why I prefer um so I okay let's just start in the beginning. So like their villain Cottonmouth was
Great, yes.
great. I'm not even
Mahershala
gonna
was
take it or not.
amazing as Cottonmouth.
I thought the side characters in that show were good. Um, but just Luke just wasn't in for me. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't know. I still think though, out of the ranks. So we have where's Jessica? Jessica Jones is a B, right?
We
I think
have Jessica Jones as B.
I think Luke Cage. I would put Luke Cage at a C.
Where?
Um, if mm, uh, probably after the Marvels for sure. So and then I'll throw it ahead of the Hulk. I'll throw it right in front of Hulk. Because the Marvels for sure was better. Um, I just wasn't a big fan of the show. I just really was. I think Luke was just boring.
Huh.
I mean, I don't know. It
No,
just.
you know what?
I think the best parts were, like I said, the side characters, and then when Jessica Jones was there.
All right. You know what? I
So,
give you Mike Coulter sometimes played it a little bit too maybe dry. I'll say Luke Cage in the comics is a loud ass character. I don't mean that he's loud in like volume of voice, but this motherfucker was rocking a belt with a gold and diamond encrusted, like logo, on him.
yeah, yeah,
He's loud in the sense that his uniform was a bright ass yellow V-neck. Like this
yeah,
Power
yeah,
Man
yeah,
has always been a leader, very vocal. And I think that where Luke Cage season 2 ended with Luke Cage basically becoming a criminal, you
yeah.
know, empire on his own right, running that Harlem club. I was really interested to see where they would go with that. I was hoping that's the beginning of Luke Cage being a face for Harlem, the forefront, in a way that this guy ends up being mayor in the comic books. He leads the Avengers for a while, like the regular Avengers, not like the off-brand Avengers. So Luke Cage is one of the leaders in the Marvel comics. He's a leader. He's not a follower.
Right,
So
right.
I'll give you that. But bro, the villains were so good. Mariah Stokes, Copperhead. I think his name was Copperhead. And
Covered, yes.
yeah, and then Mahershala's villain in season
I'm
one,
not.
Cottonmouth. Like, bro, nah, those three were good. And then even the Puerto Rican guy who's like always working for. He falls in love with Mariah. Mariah falls in love with him. Whatever. He was slimy too, and you was like, yo, I liked it. Do I like it enough to bump it up to B? Was where I had it in my ranking. You know what? I did off the villains, and
Okay.
I have to put as much distance as possible between the other Netflix series stuff from another series that I don't think is can't even lick the boots of the other three. So I'm gonna move. I will use my turn. I'm gonna move
Okay.
Luke Cage up from C. I'm gonna put it at B, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it ahead of Hawkeye.
Oh, that's bold. Okay.
Yeah, because Hawkeye was only one season. Luke Cage gave me three villains that I wish I could see again. Put it like that. Three villains I wish I could see again in some capacity. So, yup. You go again. Yup.
Okay. I mean, look, I just was not a fan of Luke
Clearly,
Cage,
you
and I
put it at
just think
C. Well, go ahead.
I just wasn't a big fan of Luke Cage. I think, like I said, side characters, and when I say side characters, I'm including the villains. Um, but I just had like I just was not a big fan of it. So anyway, speaking of, no, I'm gonna change it up. Let's go with a movie. I haven't gone with a movie, I don't think, yet. So, what movie do we want to go with, though? So let's go. Let's stay in New York. Um, so anyone knows me knows that I love Spider-Man. Um, and Homecoming, that's where we're gonna go with. Um, Homecoming is weird because when I first saw Homecoming, I was disappointed. And then the more and more I watch it, the more I like it. Now, I don't like it enough to put it with, like an S tier or anything like that. I don't think it's A tier. But when I first watched it, I did have it as like I would say maybe like a bottom C. But the more I watched it, like I said, I moved it up. I think I would put it at B as well. And
Where?
see, and that's the thing, because I don't know. A lot of people, I feel like, think two is the worst one. I don't think two is the worst one. I think it's slightly better than Homecoming. So for me, based on your ranking,
Our ranking.
yeah, I'm saying your ranking of Luke Cage because I didn't rank it there. I have it better than Luke Cage, but the
You
problem is
you have
I
it.
don't have it better than the other shows. So, um,
So you have Miss Marvel over Homecoming?
Miss Marvel,
Yeah, because according to what you're saying,
yeah, I loved Miss Marvel. Like I loved Hawkeye and I love Miss Marvel. Like to me, like
I
I'm
mean,
fine with they are, but
yeah.
if you had put them in A, I was not gonna argue it.
If I put Homecoming in A,
No, no. If you had put Miss Marvel and Hawkeye, I put them at B. But if you had put them at A, I would be like, good shit. Like I wouldn't argue it. That's how much I love those two shows. I'm not saying they are A shows, but I think they're B's. But if you put them at A, it's not a. I would
you
not
wouldn't have
argue it.
wasted a turn to knock it down.
No, because I think it's you could say it's well deserved. you could. I think if it was my own ranking, I probably would put him like high B, low A. So but um, I'll leave Spider-Man where you put it, right above Luke, because there's no way I could put Luke Cage above Homecoming. I'm sorry, there's no way.
That's fine.
I think it's disrespectful you got Luke Cage
Clearly, because you
in
had it a
front
C.
of. I think no, I know, but if you're gonna move it up,
I did move it
like
up.
to put it in front of.
I liked it better than Hawkeye because we got more of it and we had 3 really good villains. I love those villains. I love
Okay, no, that's
Yelena.
fine.
I love
That-
Yelena more than any of the characters in Luke Cage. But 3
That's fine.
really solid villains, I really like
No,
them. I
no,
want to see them again.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna. I don't want to go back into it, but I got Homecoming at B. I think it would have been cooler. The only reason why it's lower is as low as it is because it was Spider-Man still leaning on Iron Man and trying to gain his approval more than anything, and it was just too much on that. Maybe if Spidey had done more on his own and didn't lean so heavy on him, it would have been better for me. But other than that, I mean, it was a good movie. I just at first I didn't really enjoy. And then speaking of villains, Vulture was great. So
one of the top villain moments, MCU moments, is the reveal that to Peter that he's
that's his
Vulture.
daughter.
Yeah, that's his daughter. Oh, that I know a lot of people gasp when he answered the door and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I did.
that was a great moment.
I kind of expected it, but I also didn't at the same time. It was one of those I wasn't sure, So, I just think, Vulture was great. So that's what really bumps it up as well. But I just wanted to see more Spider-Man on B Spider-Man. Like, I just felt like it was a little too much Iron Man. The scene, I'll give you this: the boat scene was great. I loved it. But then who saves the day? It's Iron Man, not Spidey. So anyway, I know he's a kid; he's still learning, but still in high school, but still.
Yeah, I had Homecoming at a B, so I'm not gonna argue.
Okay.
That's why.
Where do you have it?
Well, again, when I say I had it at B, I didn't really anticipate where because it could change based on where you put stuff.
Yeah, I know,
So,
but at least
but
where
would I
it
have
is
it on here? Where would I have it on here? I mean, I'm okay with it being right there. I'm okay with it being right there. Like, or you
so
could
you
swap.
have.
You could swap
Do you have?
Far From Home with it. You could swap it.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
that's what I was asked. Do you think Far From Home is the worst one, or do you think Homecoming is the worst one?
Well, when you say things like worse, it implies like
Oh, okay.
bad.
Well, let me say. Okay,
But
which one is the in third place? Because they're all
I
good
would say
movies, but which
I
one's
would
in
say
third place?
Far From Home was in third because
Okay.
Homecoming was the first uh Spider-Man film,
Yeah.
and I like the chemistry with him, MJ, Ned, off rip. I like the villain. Like, in other words, I felt Vulture was more of a threat, and I felt like the stakes were higher with Vulture than at any point with Mysterio. Mysterio had the one-off bang at the end,
Well,
but
yeah, he was a good guy the whole time
right,
until the
but
end.
he
Right.
wasn't like a threat. I didn't see him as a threat. I mean, Spider-Man put the
Well, the
claws on
end.
him.
At the end, he was a threat.
He was a internet troll at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
because
he took over.
once PD took the glasses off and started using the spider sense, he yoked them up real easy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
So
but he had to
what I'm
learn
saying,
that.
Vulture felt more like a threat, like an old school, like Raimi, I would say trilogy type of threat. Like
I mean, at the end of the day, though, Mysterio was a threat. Well, I wouldn't say he was a threat. He destroyed the MCU more than anyone.
no,
Probably any of
he
the
had a
villains.
big impact. Yeah, he had a huge impact. For
He
sure.
had the biggest impact in the history of the MCU.
Yeah.
Probably.
He put out the
Besides
spider
Thanos.
files. He put out the spider files out there, and put Peter Parker on blast. And turned the MCU upside down, and caused all these other ripple effects. Absolutely. But just on a grounded level, friendly neighborhood type level, uh Vulture did more for me as a villain than Mysterio did. But hey, they're right there, so we're not arguing. We got that there, so I don't skip my turn. I go. All right,
All
great.
right.
Let's go to. I'm gonna fill up the C tier, man. All right, Iron Man 2. I'm putting it at C tier. Where do I
Okay.
have it? I have it above Marvel's. Do I have it above original Thor? Uh, no, I don't. Iron Man 2, very quotable. A lot of quotes in Iron Man 2,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It was a huge step down, I feel. The Iron
From
Man
what it was.
series,
Yeah.
the Iron Man series should have gotten bigger each story, I felt. And this one felt like a step back. This one felt like a step back because this is post Avengers. This will, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
for Whiplash should have been way more impressive to be able to bring down. This is the same Tony that did all the things he did in New York. I don't know. It felt like a step back. The suitcase suit, pretty cool. The double laser beam tag team with Rhodey at the end to take out a bunch of, pretty cool. But to me, the best part of this movie, besides Mickey Rourke's horrible accent, was Dustin Hammer. I wanted more Dustin Hammer.
Mhm.
I wanted more, and we never got it, and that sucks. But yeah, I got it at C tier. That's where it is.
I'm fine with it as C tier. I like the movie though.
I don't hate it.
I
See,
don't.
the C movies, the C
Yeah.
projects, is not that I hate them.
No, no, I know
It's
they're
just
just average, probably. Yeah, like they're if they're on, you wouldn't turn it on, but if it's on, you'll definitely sit there and watch it. Probably. That's at least for me.
at least the I want my boot. At least that.
You know,
At least that.
I like the movie. I think it was a C movie. I still would pick the Marvels over it, but that's just me. But that's fine. C, it was you pointed out all the good things that was about it when it comes to the tag team with Rhodey. I didn't mind Whiplash as much. I thought he was pretty good. Um, and then the suits in Iron Man, suits are just he's just killing it with all his different suits and shit. So
We
yeah,
get.
I'm fine with that. See,
Is this the Black Widow one?
oh yeah, when no, of course, yeah, Black Widow, she's probably the star of the movie. So um, gotta give a shout out to her. Even Happy was good in the movie too. He
Did
was
he
fun.
direct this?
I I don't
John
know.
Favreau might have directed this, and so John
Oh,
Favreau approved of a scene which Scarlett Johansson is putting him in a head scissor lock for the purposes of
oh,
the
that's
plot.
that's a smart man. Smart man.
All right, so Iron Man 2 at C. What's next?
All right, so hmm, do me a favor, scroll down real quick.
There you go.
I think I'm gonna go. Let's speak on Loki.
Okay.
So this is the combination of both season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think season 1 was amazing. I think if let's just say we did seasons separately,
Oh
it
God.
wouldn't surprise me if you had done Loki at like S tier. Like it wouldn't surprise me. I just thought it was that great. Season 2 was a step down, but I thought season 2 was still really good. So in that case, you could put if you did season 1 at S and you did season 2 at, let's say, top of B, the average is out at A. So I would have Loki at A.
Okay, Loki at A,
Um,
and where do you have
and
it?
then to I mean, probably I like WandaVision better, so I would probably put it right behind WandaVision.
Okay, all right. I had Loki as an A as well. I thought that overall, it's a strong series. It's had a huge impact on the MCU narrative. There's a lot of payoff for knowing what happens in Loki. It would have been S tier though if the Kang thing didn't end up being what it became, because Loki is
I
what
could agree with that.
introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah, Loki introduced Kang, and I thought they did a great job of that. But ultimately, Kang literally gets off screened, in a folder, a file, a little blurb that what's his name? Owen Wilson's character, forgot his name. That
Um. Oh man, it starts with an M. Oh man, Mobius.
Mobius,
Yeah,
not Morbius.
Mobius,
That's not on this list, by the way.
Mobius, and Mobius.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's great. Owen Wilson is this. The chemistry with him and Loki's great. Female Loki's cool as well. She a badass. They add a lot of characters in season two. A lot of them. You don't care equally for all of them, but
No.
it still hits when he starts seeing them being spaghettified, and he's not being spaghettified. It's a great
Yeah, I
character
think
arc.
at last, basically was that was the finale with the king in season one. That was the finale one.
For season one, yeah.
Yeah, like that alone to me was
Really
what
cool.
brings it. Yeah, like that whole scene basically was just so epic. I mean, that alone would have pushed it to S, but it's just like you said, the whole Kane shit
Yeah, it kind of fizzled
really
out.
just kind
So
of yeah, it screwed it up.
it
So
basically
but
Loki basically could have been by far the most important and essential viewing of the Disney Plus projects for the MCU. It could have been the most, and instead, it's because the Kang thing fizzled out. It's important,
I
but
would
it's not
I
like
would say I would say it would have been second, but that's
to
because of something else
WandaVision.
we have talked about. No,
Oh,
no,
to something we haven't talked about. Okay, got you. But
yeah,
yeah, I'm with
it
you
was
at
a
A.
second.
Loki's great. I need to see this Loki and Thor reunite. We need to see that.
Yeah, I think
Even
we will in Doomsday.
even though this is not the Loki that told his brother the sun will shine on us again, even though this is not that Loki, 'cause that Loki is dead,
Hmm.
we still need to see this Loki and his
With
brother
Thor.
Thor at some
Yeah,
point. We have
I
to.
think Doomsday we see it. I really do.
Well, we better.
Yeah, I really do.
All right, what you got?
Your turn.
Oh no, it is my turn. That's right. You went Loki. Okay,
Yes.
so let's yeah, let's go. Okay, so let me find the there it is. Okay, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
This is the one I was talking about.
That one could have been the most important MCU movie
Yes.
uh going into like Doomsday and everything. It could have been. It wasn't. If you like Sam Raimi, then you love this movie, because in many ways this movie felt more like a tribute to Sam Raimi's films, because you find little Easter eggs throughout this that harp on his film history, filmography, his style as a director. But if you're not, and you're just watching this for the plot, you don't get what should have been a layup from WandaVision, and even the best What If episode, because there's no better What If episode than the Doctor Strange What If episode. well, would have been a layup, but instead you got a bunch of people who proudly said that they had not even watched WandaVision before they started writing the script for this movie. Elizabeth Olsen said she felt like she was playing a different character here. She has said essentially that because the character growth and everything that we got from WandaVision, it's like they built off of none of that. Yeah, we get the Illuminati, that's cool, but it's all fan servicey because they're there and then gone in 60 seconds. You get John Krasinski as Reed Richards, but that was just for the optic and the fan service, which is cool. It's cool to see Jim there instead of just being an FBI agent chasing Ant Man. That's a deep office cut for you. But Multiverse of Madness falls very, very flat. And because it falls so flat, I had it at a D tier. And the only reason I didn't have it lower than that was because, I mean, America Chavez is cool. There is a cool line, I love you in every universe, whatever, between Strange and Christine. But
Oh, don't
it,
get me started on that stupid shit.
re- re-
They had the perfect opportunity for the person that she was marrying.
I said this.
Fuck. Who was it? It should have been oh, it should have been
It
Kang.
should have been Kang.
It should have been Kang. And they
It
didn't
should have
do
been
it.
Kang.
And for that alone, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm gonna use my turn. I don't give a fuck. I don't really care. This is how bad I hate. I think this is the worst MCU project. I'm not even gonna lie.
You
This is
knocking it
the
down?
absolute worst.
You knocking it
I'm
down?
knocking it down to the very last spot. That's how bad I hate this movie. I think it is because it's like this is how much I hate this movie. Just imagine. I know. I'm sorry if there's some LeBron haters in here, but I'm just gonna say it like this: imagine you have a movie that has the potential of what LeBron had entering the league, and LeBron doesn't grow up to be the arguably greatest all time or in that argument. Instead, he just becomes fucking a bench player
Sean
and
Lippert.
doesn't even see the league. He's a two-way player, a 10-day player, contract player.
Damn.
That's what this movie was. It should have been the GOAT
Could have been.
of the MCU, at least in the top three in the argument. You know what I mean? It should have been there. Should have been up there with the Jordans and Kobe's and Curry. You know, shout out to Curry. You know, it should have been up there. But it was Rashad McCants. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's just what it was.
Coming off of
And
WandaVision, right?
yes,
Building off of this whole Kang reveal, uh, it being the second Doctor Strange movie, and Doctor Strange 1, which we'll get to it, had some of the coolest, dopest, freakiest, mind-boggling visuals of any of the MCU projects. This movie, I mean, it had a budget, and it should have been the tentpole movie because it wasn't an Avengers film in this multiverse saga, right? It wasn't
yeah.
an Avengers film here. This I feel like was supposed to be that tentpole tying things together movie for the multiverse saga, and I agree with you. It just
It could have
fell
been like
flat.
it could have been what like it wasn't obviously it wasn't gonna be another Avengers movie,
No,
but like you know how Civil War was basically an Avengers movie, but it was like
yeah,
it was cooked up so highly. This movie could have been cooked up so highly with what they just could have done.
yeah,
I mean, the name multiverse like is in there, and
yeah.
you just introduced all of this shit,
I agree.
like, and it did nothing for it. I thought what was pretty the best quote I heard about this movie. Please, I don't remember who said it. Um, but I kind of agree with it. It was like the director, Sam Raimi,
Yeah,
and then the writers, they each had like different movies and they pushed it into one. Like it was
Yeah, it
the
felt like
writers wrote their own movie, and then Raimi had his own movie, and they were just like, okay, now we're just combining everything,
yeah.
and that really killed it. It just didn't make any sense. The best part was America Chavez, and that's, I mean, no offense to her, she was good, but if that's your best part,
There's a
then
problem.
there's a problem.
There's a problem
And I don't
because
even know if we're gonna see her again, but I think she deserves a chance because, like I said,
I
she
agree.
was the best part of that movie.
Put on Young Avengers.
Um, she should be a young Avenger, but I don't even know. Plus, she's a fan of the MCU, so you know she's young. I think she deserves a chance, but she could be up there. It was crazy. It's like when I was looking at her, I was thinking, okay, she could be like Iman, you know, Miss Marvel. Like she could be one that type of character where the movie sucked, but she can carry.
Yeah, but it's been so long. I
She,
don't know. Yeah, there's been no
it
mention.
wasn't. I can't watch that movie again. I
It
won't even turn it
she
on.
in the multiverse saga, she should be the most important character in existence because
Yeah, because doesn't she go through
she can
multiverses?
without cost. Like she just punches and she just go
She just goes into
without
it.
cost. You know what I'm
She
saying?
sh- she could save Doomsday. Like she could save.
Yes.
She should be the one to save the movie.
Doctor Strange over here, twisting his neck and closing his eyes, is rolling back to see 14 million possibilities. Meanwhile, for her, it's like opening a door. She could just go into
Bro, the
each
minute it
to see what's
wasn't,
going on.
the minute they showed the husband wasn't Kang, I hated the movie immediately.
I didn't hate it
Because
that early, but I
I
was like,
hated it immediately. And I said it in theater. I was like, it's Kang, and then
yeah,
it was just some random white
so,
guy. I was
they don't
like,
pay us for
I was
this, and
I was done, bro.
neither one of us are award-winning screenplay writers or anything like that. But I was really hoping for them to use that whole Kang thing for him to just fuck with and appear in and mess with the events
He should have
of
been in. Yeah, he should have been
every. He
everywhere.
should have been everywhere with only us knowing it. With only us knowing it. You know what I mean? Like that would have been really cool. That would have been smart, and it would have been an easy way for audiences to understand that he's fucking with shit, but they don't know. We know.
Yeah,
Somebody tell
yeah.
them. Anyway,
I'm done with talking about it. But it's I
all right, you got. I
last
I
place.
have Secret Invasion lower than it because there was nothing in
That's
Secret Invasion that I enjoyed. Nothing
because the only
except the
thing,
villain. He was okay, but
Khaleesi was there. That was a plus. That's all. Like
well,
that alone was
what I'm
better
saying, there
than
were some
that
cool
movie.
visuals in Multiverse of Madness. There were some like
Yeah,
there were
yeah.
some.
Me leaving, me getting up and leaving. Yeah,
All right.
that's a good.
Okay, so Multiverse of Madness F, and according to Fino, the worst
The
project. All right.
worst, and
Uh,
nothing better go below it. I'll be
I'm
pissed.
gonna swing back to the to the neighborhood, and I'm gonna
Okay,
take Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and put it in the A tier. I
ooh,
really enjoy. You know what? I'm gonna put it at the lowest of the A tier, but I'm still gonna
okay,
put it in A tier.
okay. That's fine.
I went into watching the series, the animation style. I was like, all right, it doesn't look super low budget, but it doesn't look like X Men '97 sexy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But this series surprised me. It really did. I didn't know it was gonna be as good as it was. Gave us a really cool Norman Osborn. Gave us a really cool twist on Tombstone. I'll say that.
Mhm.
And even though the Peter Parker voice in here could be a little it was still cool. And the sad part is I feel like this show did a better job of multiversing than Multiverse of Madness did.
Yeah,
Which is sad, but it did. And I'm looking forward to more. And I think reports are that not only are we gonna get X-Men '97 on a yearly basis for the
the show
foreseeable,
too.
but we're also gonna be getting yearly doses of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which cool. I'm down with that. So I have it at
Yeah,
low A. It's pretty good. If I don't think a lot of people watched it though. I don't know many people that have watched it. I hope people give it a chance because it's a nice little side story.
I think you have it a little high, but it was good. I probably would have put it as a B. I'm not gonna argue because having it lower A means it could be a B, high B, or whatever. That's fine. I do think it's better than the other two Spider Man.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would I mm, yeah, and then just looking at the other movie, I think I would prefer watching like Moon Knight, Jessica Jones over it. But other than that, I mean, it was still good though. I enjoyed it, and I love everything Spider Man. So I don't think I'll ever rank anything lower than a B with Spider Man. I don't think.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm fine with that. Up there, that's cool.
All right.
Good show. Good show.
Your turn.
Um, and it was definitely a surprise. I'll say that. All right. Let's just go with let's go with Wakanda. Wakanda forever.
I
Um,
don't know if you get to do this. I don't know if you get to do this with your Black Panther ranking. I don't know if you
what you mean?
I
Black
don't know.
Panther. I have it as a B.
Yeah, I don't know if you get to do this.
That's good.
I don't know.
Don't worry. I'm gonna put another one there too. Go ahead and put Wakanda forever with B.
Where?
Because it wasn't better than the first one for sure. So
Where?
give me a second. I'm talking it out. It's not better than Jessica Jones. It's not better than Shang Chi. Uh, this sucks because I prefer Black Widow over it too. Ultron above it. What's the last one? NB.
Werewolf by Night.
All right, put it in front of that. I'm good with it there. Just because, like I said, it was a step down from the first one. Um, Still good. It had a lot of good. It was facing an uphill battle. I felt like, obviously they don't have Chadwick here, so R.I.P. So it was that alone caused, I'm sure, plenty of rewrites. Um, I think at the end of the day, it did accomplish what this movie was going to do anyway, and that was make sure he Black Panther. I said that prior to the movie coming out, that at the end of this movie, you would see Shuri as Black Panther. So it just happened in the beginning. So you know, um, you saw what?
No, I said yup.
Oh. But it was. I thought Namor was cool. I thought it was fine.
Namor.
It had a lot of good scenes. It also had it. If I'm correct, this is the one that had ball-headed demon, which is one of the best lines in the
You
MCU.
bald-headed demon.
So I mean, that's that alone right there. Um, I said Nagano, but I'm thinking someone else. But anyway, that was still one of the best scenes or best lines in the MCU history. So it had its funny moments and stuff like that. But I just think it faced the uphill battle without Chadwick, and I don't want to be like everyone else that overhypes Black Panther movies. Um,
Every
it I feel like everyone does. So I'm not. It was a B. It was a B. And I don't think it was a C at all. I wouldn't even do that. I won't disrespect it that much. But it's the very low tier of B.
All right. I also have Wakanda Forever at B. Higher B probably. No, definitely. Based on what I'm seeing here, I had it as a higher B than this. But this movie it was an impossible movie. It was an impossible movie. Like you're following up one of the biggest superhero movies of all time because regardless of how you felt about it, based on box office and cultural impact, Black Panther it's one of the biggest, the five biggest superhero movies of all
Oh,
time.
hold
No,
on
no,
now. Hold on.
wait, let me finish.
I said that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
said
But
that.
I'm
Okay.
saying, yes, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm saying this movie was impossible because it's following up that
Yeah.
without their lead, and they made the decision not to recast, and they incorporated that into the storyline.
Yeah.
And I thought that, considering the circumstances and them deciding to introduce, Namor and the Atlanteans as well. And don't forget, Riri Williams Ironheart was introduced in here as well. And there was a side plot where we get to see Valentina, whatever her name is, how she operates and manipulates things in the government. There was a lot of levels and layers in this movie.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that you also wanted to build upon the characters that we met in the first Black Panther film, like M'Baku, like Queen Ramonda, and all that. I thought that the movie did. I don't know if I'm gonna be dead ass. I do not know if another director could have done as good a job under those circumstances to tell as heartfelt a story with some pretty cool action scenes too. I don't know if there was another one that could have done it besides Ryan Coogler. Like I'm dead ass. But that being said, there were some plot lines that didn't hit as hard. Shuri as Black Panther, I felt like they chose to rush it. I wouldn't mind have seen them do that in a more like organic type of way, meaning like let her build up to it. She felt pushed into the role, and I think that it's gonna be a little bit weird because if I understood correctly, she's Black Panther, but she's not Queen. Baku is the leader of Wakanda. Like he's leading, but
Yeah.
she's still Black Panther. So that dynamic is new to me. I don't know how that's gonna work. That said, they did introduce essentially T'Challa's son. Whether or not they
Yes.
age up that character or not,
Well, they
I think they
should
should.
because
I think they should,
they
but I don't know. I
well
don't know
they
if
I think they have to just only because so there's already been what 4 years. I don't know when did that movie come out.
when did Wakanda Forever come out,
Yeah,
or
what
where does
year
it
was that?
fall in the MCU timeline?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What year did it come out? And that will tell me because that came out. I want to say like
So it
2023.
says it says here spring 2025.
It came out in this 2025.
No, that's when it takes place. That's why I said, do you want to know when it came out?
Oh no! Well, I wanted to know when it came out only because of I can figure out when it was in the timeline. But you just answered that, so never
Oh,
mind.
it came out in 2022.
Oh, 2022. Okay, yeah, because they were so normally the movies were a year behind us, like I mean a year ahead of us, like
Yeah,
in
but
real time.
that accelerated after
Right.
COVID and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, like for example, Spider-Man: Brand New Day is 4 years ahead, 4 years after, I believe. No Way Home.
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah,
right, 4 years.
yeah.
So, if that's the case, then that kid has to be about 6 or 7 years older than what he was. He had to be like what 8 in that movie. I don't even know. How old was he?
Let's say he was 10. Let's just say he was
10.
10.
So that means he's 18. So then you could start building him into the Young Avengers or some shit.
Yeah, maybe.
So I guess they will. But no, I think yeah, it's like you said. It was a tough battle to start with. I think it did its job.
But
Uh,
it's a
you know,
job that they chose though by not recasting. I think if they would have
well,
recast, we would have had obviously we would have had a completely different film and a different dynamic between Namor and Black
I think
Panther.
that's a different conversation though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because I agree with their decision not to yet. That's what
Fair.
I will say. You can replace them, but just wait. I don't think it was
Okay.
not yet. That is what my thing is. So, all right, you agreed to keep it there.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I
where
had it as a B as well, so that's
so
fine.
where are you going? Excuse
I'm
me.
gonna go. Let's get the recency bias out the way.
Okay.
Wonder Man.
Okay.
This is basically the latest completed project for the MCU because Born Again is still finishing its season 2.
I'll
So
let you know this. I haven't seen it yet. So where you put it is going to be where
you
it
didn't watch
is.
Wonder Man? Okay.
I didn't get to see it yet. No.
Wonder Man. it's pretty good. Uh, but it's one of those shows that builds up to the it builds up to the budget. I'll say that. It felt very CW ish in the way that things were teased, but you don't actually see things, like powers and stuff. Let's say until the end. But as a character piece and the implications, which are interesting, and I'm hoping that the MCU is not just gonna fully lean into. Well, I'm not gonna say because you don't watch it, but the way that they're interpreting individuals with powers, I'm a little concerned. But the lead, Abdul Mateen, I forgot his first, Yaya, right? I think his name.
Yeah, it is.
He was great. I, you know, Wonder Man is one of those characters in the Marvel Comics universe that like everybody knows him, but nobody gives a fuck about. Like nobody nobody really cares about Wonder Man in the sense that we know he's there, but he has a following, but it's in the comics. He's kind of like a Booster Gold persona in that sense. But anyway, I enjoyed the Wonder Man series. I just I'm really hoping that season two we let me see the budget. Let me see the budget early on. Don't make me wait till the last two episodes to see that. Because if this is one of the most powerful characters in the MCU, which he is, show me that. Show me that more in season two. I had it at a B, and on here, I mean, because where you put Wakanda Forever, I'm gonna put it behind that because I can't. I
All
don't
right.
want to put it ahead of that because I didn't like Wonder Man more than Ultron. I did like it more than Miss Marvel, not by much, but I did. But I got it a B, and I guess because you didn't watch it, it stays there. So your turn.
All right. I'm gonna go with the Defenders. I'm gonna put them at a C.
You got Defenders at a C.
Defenders at a C. Um.
Where? Since you already said
Uh. It it would be after Marvels.
right there.
Yeah. After Marvels.
Okay.
After.
Yeah.
Um.
Before or
All right.
after? Oh, after. I'm sorry.
Yeah, after.
I
Um.
apologize.
Hey. it- Defenders. I enjoyed the Defenders. I really did. It wasn't as good as it could have been. You know, could have been a lot more. Could have been the plot could have been a lot better. But I did like the dynamic of the team ups. I'm a fan of team ups. Always have been, going back to my CW Arrow days. So that just even if the I'm gonna automatically hype up the show if they have some type of team up in there. Um, because I think that's a very hard to do. It's so if I'm able to enjoy it, it's gonna get a bump. I honestly wanted to put it at B, but I was looking at the list and was like, I don't know if I could put it. I don't know if I could put it as a B. Um, but I just really enjoyed it. I think Jessica Jones to me was the best part of that whole thing. Just her interactions with everyone was just awesome.
Yeah.
She probably carried that show. I forgot how many episodes it was. I need to go back and watch it. I think if I rewatched it, I would put it as a B. But as I'm remembering, as just from my memory, I'm just going off of C to be safe. But good show.
I also
Average
had
show. I
Defenders at a C. I'm trying to see how many episodes it was as well. It
think it
was
was
a
like
mini series, so it
six.
was less than eight. It was no, it was 8 episodes. Holy shit.
Oh, was it? Oh wow, I
Yeah,
don't remember it being 8 episodes. Okay.
my issue with Defenders, Iron Fist aside, because he was a complete disappointment to me had it as C. It was very ambitious, but it should have been a movie. It should have been a 2 hour movie. Keep the keep the quips with them bouncing off each other the way that they did, with the one liners and the sarcasm and the jokes. I thought that that was really well done. The plot was, it was trying to do a little bit too much. Like I think it was the hand and some immortal dragon thing, like another
Yeah,
It. I mean, either go
yeah.
to Kunlun or don't, because they kept fucking talking about it and never going there. Or just bring back a villain from each of their stories and have them all group, something like that. That would have been better, I think, than what they ended up with. I can't even tell you who the final. I don't even remember. Whatever.
It was because wasn't it? They were. It was the whole thing about Elektra. She was going to be
Yeah, but yeah,
the
but
thing, and then she
Electra.
became the thing. She became the dark thing, or whatever fuck it was, or something. I forgot what it was.
That's the problem.
And then
If we can't
and
remember it,
then
and it was 8 episodes, which is
it was
almost a
it
year.
was well. To be fair, that was like 2014. I don't even know when that
No,
came
no.
out.
What I'm saying is that for the buildup that it took to get to the Defenders, you would think they would have made a more memorable product, and they didn't.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean,
I think
I
it should have
yeah,
been
yeah,
a 2 hour movie, yeah. But
yeah. But
overall,
they also that was Netflix, so can't blame.
it wasn't like a waste of time. It felt like it wasn't the best use of their time. And
Right.
in Daredevil Born Again, we most likely will see these characters appear in some
Yeah,
form or fashion.
and at
So that
some point
so that's cool.
next year,
Or maybe
season
this
three.
year, but anyway, it's cool.
Be nice and
Uh, I got it to see as well, so we'll move on. All right,
yes.
let's stay a C tier and let's go Ant Man. And I'm gonna put Ant Man like
Which one?
first one.
Okay.
Put Ant Man right there. Uh, Luis is the best part of this movie. Period and point blank. The end.
Agree. Yeah, agree. We
Like
can move on.
that gang,
We can
like
move on.
that the gang that was helping Scott.
Yeah,
Best part of the movie.
yeah.
Who was it? Ti.
It was T.I.'s last movie, right? Because he wasn't in the second one, if I remember right.
Right. It's Ti. It's the dude from. Now he's playing Mr. Three
Don't
in One Piece, but that
don't
guy.
ask me to don't ask me
And
to
then Lewis.
remember that. Yeah, I just remember T.I. and Lewis, and those two in it was Lewis number one, and then T.I. two was the best people in the movie.
I like Paul Rudd, but I really feel like
He was third.
they're just making these Ant Man movies because like, hey, we got Paul Rudd. They feel more like Paul Rudd movies than actual Ant Man movies, and I'm sad we never got the vision of. I forgot who the original director was supposed to be, and then they dropped it because Marvel kept insisting, no, you gotta put this, you gotta do that. Blah, blah, blah. He wanted to make a really cool action heist type of movie with it, and also the villain at the end, Yellow Jacket. I like that actor, but didn't enjoy it. It's a C.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's a C. We can move on.
All right, your turn.
Um, let's just finish off the Ant Man shit. Let's put that one at D.
Wasp, where?
Yeah. Uh, just uh, do I like it more than She Hulk? Yeah, I probably like it better than She Hulk. So put it right there, She Hulk, above She Hulk, above She.
Yeah, it's
Right.
above She-Hulk.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching the video, so
No,
it's a
I
little
know,
delayed.
you're lagging a little bit. I know.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just it's really not much to say. Really, I don't really have much to say, but I just know it wasn't an F, but it wasn't an average movie either. Like it was just below average. Like I don't even remember really anything about this movie. I can't even remember that I finished it. Like that's how bad it is. I know I did, but I just don't remember this movie at all. Luis was in it, so that carried it to a D, I guess. Ti wasn't in it, if I remember right. I
I
don't think Ti was in this one.
My note for Ant Man 1 is let's be real, dot, dot, dot. Lewis was this movie. And my note for Ant Man and the Wasp was Lewis is the only reason this isn't an F. because I also had it at D.
So yeah, we could just move on.
Like, and it's
Let's
for
just
the
move on.
same reason. It's for the same
Louis,
reason.
yeah. I mean, I don't remember like, and shout out, my girl from Lost. You know, I know she got hurt apparently, so hope
I think
she's
she's
doing
better
better.
now. Yeah, I think she's
Okay.
better now.
But I forgot her
Evangeline
name.
Lilly.
Yeah, Evangeline, I love her in Lost. Still one of my crushes. But other than that, I mean, she couldn't save this movie. So
No, and Ghost was cool. Like, was okay.
I
And
forgot
this
Ghost was in the movie. Shit. All right.
yeah, Ghost was alright. Lawrence Fishburne was in here, basically playing Giant Man. You
That's a
know,
waste of using
or
Lawrence
Goliath.
Fishburne. But okay.
Sorry, Goliath. I mean, cool, but yeah.
We can move on. I ain't even waste our time with this. We got like 10 more.
All right, let's go with. Oof. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's just get it out. All right, I got Echo.
Okay. I'm curious we got this.
I have Echo. Well, based on where you have Multiverse of Madness.
You have it as an F?
Yes, I have it as an F. Question is where.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
do.
see, I didn't that's not where I expected you to
I
put that.
I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I have it based on where these things are. To me, Secret Invasion is the worst project that they did. But because you have Multiverse of Madness after Secret Invasion,
Echo is not
I'm
worse
sorry.
than
This is my ranking.
okay.
I have Echo as an F, and I'm gonna tell you why.
That's
The
completely stupid.
only good part of this series, the only good part, and I understand they try to tie in cultural stuff and indigenous people stuff, and that was cool. But whatever the fuck they were smoking with the with the Kingpin dialogue plot line, what the hell was any of that? They decided to change up Echo's power set from the source material for God knows what reason. I What's really strange is that the technology that Kingpin put in his eye that got shot. The irony is that that technology was basically Echo's power set from the comic books. He was reading and analyzing and shit with his eye. That's what she does. She sees things and she can copy it, and then she could do it better than the person she saw it do it. Kind of like a Taskmaster. I don't know why they went away from that. The best scene in this shit was when Daredevil showed up. They had a little pop, 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 fight. Daredevil, superior fighter in that scene, and he gets away. It was drawn out. I don't like what they did with Kingpin. I mean, we're not seeing Echo again. We're not seeing this character again. That, and I know a lot of people watch the series, but if you go back and look at why people watch this series, there was nothing else out. Nothing. That's why people watch Echo. Go ahead.
So I guess I wish there was like a bunch of people here so I can get a poll going to see. But I liked Echo. I'm shocked you have it this at an F. I was actually thought you were gonna put a D or something. I would have been like, I'm not gonna say I would have been fine with a D. I would probably would have put it to C. I had it as a C. Um, I love the Kingpin and her dynamic. Now I don't know much about her powers, so I can't speak on that. So because of that, that would be unfair for me to, judge it off of that because I don't know what her power set is. Never did. It was new to me. Whatever. Um, but I thought Kingpin was great in this series. I thought her interactions with Kingpin were great. Um, the Daredevil scene I thought was great. Um, so I'm gonna have to just say I'm gonna save it because there's no way anything should be under multi. I told you if you put anything under Multiverse of Madness, I'm gonna save it. I already said that earlier. I did state that. So because there's nothing worse than Multiverse of Madness. So if that's the case, I'm gonna have to move Echo up. Waste my turn. It's the smart strategy. I'm gonna move it up to D because that's the only thing we can move it up to.
Where
Um, I mean, I'll put it.
based on your logic, it should be ahead of everything. You said you had it at C.
No, I said C or D. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah. So
all
it.
right. So
I mean,
where you
yeah,
got it?
I would keep it. I would put it there. I would put it there because I definitely think She-Hulk is not a D. Like I really hated She-Hulk, but if I remember, I think you put She-Hulk at C, and I moved it down. So, in that
No,
case,
I had it
'cause I
at
think
D. No, I had it at
oh,
D.
you did.
Yeah.
Okay, then maybe I just accepted it. Yeah, yeah, right there. I don't see the. Maybe it's the whole powers thing, but
It
like I
was
said, I
that,
didn't
and
know
it
the
was the
powers
goofy
going in.
ass Kingpin tech bullshit. That was,
Okay, but that's something
and the
small.
fight
That
at the
whole
end.
dynamic,
The fight at
the
the
whole
end
dynamic that they
was a
had
talk no
was
jutsu.
great. The what?
If I remember, the fight at the end, it was like a more of a talk no jutsu type Naruto shit. Like, I don't know.
I don't. Maybe we didn't see the same show, but I enjoyed it.
Maybe we
So,
didn't.
um, because it wasn't. I remember liking the show. I knew it wasn't as great as the other ones, but I knew it wasn't the worst thing. It wasn't the worst MCU project. Like it by far wasn't. I would
I
watch season 2 of that before getting watching Multiverse of Madness
well,
or Secret Invasion
you
or the you had it below an Inhumans. Like that's come on now. That's just stupid.
no. I would have had again. You're not listening. I would have had Echo ahead of Inhumans, but I I like Multiverse of Madness more than I like Echo, so I wasn't gonna put it ahead of that. I said that.
But there's what if is not better than Echo. Love and Thunder is not better than Echo.
Well, I'll say What If is better than Echo because at least it gave me that Doctor Strange episode
It gave
instead.
me a great Kingpin.
Nah, Kingpin was trash in that.
I disagree. I thought Kingpin was
Listen,
great.
you got it at D. You used your turn.
Whatever. Move on. Your
My go.
turn. I don't just go.
My turn.
That's it. Told you. I'm saving anything
My
you
go.
put under Multiverse of Madness. So whether I want to or not.
Okay, here we go. Cap. No cap. I got Captain America: The First Avenger on the
Okay.
B tier, and I'm gonna put it right behind Hawkeye.
Okay. I'm cool with that.
I thought that this movie did a great job of in a creative in a creative way of in a very short amount of film time conveying how Captain America was propaganda for the US
Army.
military and how he became this symbol that was respected. I think that they did a great job of cramming that into the narrative because Cap in the comics is this revered figure, but it has the benefit of over 70 years of publication, like 70 years of issues and stuff. Whereas, in the movies in the MCU, they only have so many projects and screen time with you to get those stories across. So I like that. Red Skull was okay. You know, Hugo Weaving never wants to do the role again, and he doesn't, and he didn't in Endgame. There's somebody else is there. Cool. Bucky was cool. Got it at B.
I'm cool with it, B. I thought it was a really good movie. It was probably after Iron Man the best intro movie or first movie, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. for a solo hero.
For solo, yeah, I think after Iron Man.
Wow.
I'm trying to think.
All right.
Um. Oh well, I guess Black Panther. I'm sorry, I forgot Black Panther. Well, that
Right.
was the first time. Do you count?
I,
Is
I know
Black
what I know
Panther
what you
count
mean.
for
Like
that?
I know what you mean because
Okay.
when we saw
He
wait
already had his powers, so
yeah. I know
I
what you
guess
mean. I
from
know what you mean though.
okay,
For a debut solo movie debut,
yeah.
then I
I
get it.
mean,
Yeah.
because you didn't see Cap in anything else before that, so
Right.
yeah. I thought it's the best one. So well after Iron Man, I mean. So yeah, I mean it was fine. I really like that movie. I've seen that movie a bunch of times.
Yeah, it's good.
Um, Even before he was Captain America, just him as Steve Rogers, young Steve Rogers, had a lot of fun parts and stuff like that. So yeah, good movie. I'm cool with it.
All
Cool with
right.
that at a beat.
All right. We got
Um,
9 more projects before we go. I'm gonna go run pee real quick. Come back. We got 9 projects left, people. We're gonna get this done before the night is over. Give me a sec. Entertain the people.
okay, yeah. All right. Uh, sorry everybody. So I want to just point out my logo right here. Hold on, let me move out the way fully. It's a new logo. Created it today. Really dope. Uh, really proud of it. It's based off of my love for Jiraiya. Also has some elements of Jersey Drake. Shout out to Drake, May 15th, Iceman. Anyway, but yeah, that's where the Fino Drake Riot name comes from. It's a combination of two of my favorite people. Um, but we also incorporates the logo to my server, my Discord server, Drake Riot's Casa. Uh, it's we got it's good. It's a server with good vibes, like we mentioned earlier. You could play any game you want there, no problem. We have a strong Marvel Rivals base at the moment. We also have, we're also incorporating new things. We're actually in the middle of updating the server, new logo, new banner, new everything. This was step one. My logo was step one. And we're going to soon. Improve everything. We're also improving the way that the server looks. So, if anyone joins the server from this, watching this, whatever, I appreciate you. Can't wait to have you. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Wise use of my bathroom time promoting the Fino Drake Raya's Casa server on Discord. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, if you're a VIP like me, you can talk in the bodega. But
Yeah.
anyway, you'll know what that means if you join the server. When you
Yeah.
join the server, there you go. All right, so we got 9 more projects left. Uh, I believe it's
I'm
your
a
turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm gonna run through it. Because I mean, honestly, from the list that's left, to me, there's only one. That's Galaxy 3, right? Guardians 3, I mean. I said Galaxy. Guardians 3?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so we got Guardians 3, Punisher. So those are probably the hitters I see. What's the one next to Punisher? It's blurry on my screen. I'm
Ironheart.
sorry. Ironheart. Okay, I'll let you talk about that. Let's just go ahead and knock it out. Let's get Guardians. We're gonna put Guardians at A.
Which one?
Oh, that's right. There's two. The Christmas. Well, they're both A's. So I'm gonna put Guardians 3. Let's start 3. So
Okay.
we have Guardians 1 at A, if I remember right.
Yes.
Uh
Yes,
I
we
have
do.
Guardians I have Guardians 1 less than no, I mean I have Guardians 1 above 3. So if Guardians 1 is top, then Guardians 3 got to be below it. I personally would put Guardians 3 ooh, probably behind Loki. Yeah, yeah, behind Loki. That's where I would put it. I don't know. I thought it was so it's weird. So Guardians 1 and 3 I loved. Guardians 2 I absolutely hated. So that's why hurts it as not the number one trilogy in the MCU because of that. Because 2 sucks, but 3 was really good, very emotional. Uh, a very emotional movie throughout the whole thing. Rocket, his story, it was touching. Very touching. I got it at A. I'll let you talk more. You're the Guardians guy more than me, but I will say it was definitely emotional. I do remember tearing up a little bit. Like I remember a tear coming. I really enjoyed that movie, so I'm gonna put that A.
I still firmly believe that, and based on my personal rankings, it would have reflected that. I believe that the Guardians trilogy is the MCU's strongest trilogy for like a an individual or a team. Uh, I also had Guardians 3 at A. It wasn't. I thought because I had Guardians 1 at S, but I had this one at A. I thought it was a
You had
great
it
way
at
to.
S.
I did because I thought that it was the best gamble that the Marvel has made. I thought it was the best gamble that MCU's made.
Why didn't you
It's not
change
even
it?
close, huh? What happened?
Because I put it at A. Why you didn't change it to S?
Because at that point there were already more in S than I had in S. So I was like, you know what? If it's the top A, I'll take it.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Maybe you should go back and watch our previous.
I'm
but
uh,
but
when
anyway,
when you're as great as me, you don't watch your matches. You know what I mean?
so Guardians
Undertaker don't
3,
watch
I
his
also
matches.
had it at A. I thought it did a great job of wrapping up a lot of plot points and threads, along with still giving us stuff to look forward to from the Guardians of the Galaxy. I love this trilogy. I love this series. It is my favorite trilogy, and I'm glad that at least two of them made it to A or higher. So yeah, I had it there as well. So we'll leave that there.
Just so
So
you know, if you like, I would not have been mad at Guardians of the S. Just so you know, I would not have been mad at that. Should have changed it.
I
I'm
mean,
talking about the. I'm talking about the first one,
yeah, I
not
know
this one. Okay.
you could have put it at S. You could have done
I
it.
know I have it. I have it top of A, but I'm just saying I put it there. But what I'm saying is, if you had put it to S,
You
I would have argued.
you could have done it, but whatever. All right, moving on. You said I could talk about Ironheart, so I will, and I'll keep it brief.
Yeah, please do.
Ironheart, I had it at C. It was I. It would have probably popped off even more if we didn't know about the whole Mephisto reveal at the end, even though it was done really well. Uh, I really liked Anthony Ramos' name. Played the Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like.
Yes.
I like him in almost everything he's in. He's a pretty charismatic actor,
He was
And I
great
thought,
in the Heights.
yeah,
I thought
he's
it was-
great. He's really stand out in everything he's in. To
Yeah.
be honest, he does a lot with what he's given. But I don't. I need to see more of him, and we were supposed to because he didn't die. So hopefully we do. Riri, I mean, this is a series that was on the shelf for a while, like a while. It was supposed to come out closer to Wakanda Forever than it did. So it was sitting there for a minute. Hopefully we get to see her fully teched up, fully teched out in whatever they follow us up with. I need to know what the consequences of her decision was with Mephisto. But I don't know when we're ever gonna get around to that. Or actually, I don't even know if we will. Because in the soft reboot, I don't know what they're gonna do with Riri in the reboot. I don't know. But
Well, you think she's? Let me just ask you this, because I didn't watch the show. I just read what happened. Um, is she Young Avengers worthy?
I mean,
Because she's that age, right? Yeah, she's like she
honestly,
would be that age.
she was in college already, but I don't know. I think if she's in Young Avengers, canonically, she like the oldest one. I don't know. I don't know. I I would say like yeah, but it all depends on where they want to follow up. I don't know. She can't go right into the thing is the way that her series ended. She can't just go right into Young Avengers. I don't think there's too much stuff. There's too much of a
in between.
cliffhanger. Yeah, there's too much of a that the decision she made
Was her
is
stuff?
heavy. I don't
So
know.
was this show? Was this show before Wakanda Forever or after?
After,
Like as far as
yeah, it
in the
was
show,
after.
not
It was after.
oh, it takes place after. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's after. Um,
Hmm.
I
It
forgot
could
the
stay
name.
there. I'm a little shocked that I thought it would be lower from what I've read about it, but
Nah, like,
oh,
well, basically, I wouldn't put it ahead of some of these other projects, but it's mainly because it's been so long since they. It took a long time for them to follow up with Riri, and then it's been so long since Riri. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. So the connectivity aspect of my rankings is affecting where I'm putting it. So it's kind of like end of the middle attack because it really
okay,
all depends on where they're gonna go with her. If they add it to the Young Avengers, it would be a really interesting. Like surprisingly, she would be like Raven with Trigon in the shadows going into Young Avengers. That's who she would be,
okay.
if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Because she
Makes
got
sense.
some heavy consequences following her decisions. So I'm like, that could be crazy. But anyway, see, you up.
All right. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go to D, the D rank here. I'm gonna go with Kali Wing. I'm sorry, Iron Fist. Um,
Where?
it'll be at the bottom. I'm gonna put it at the bottom. Um, so this is the thing. I know Luke Cage is a better show than Iron Fist. I just enjoy Iron Fist more just because of Colin Wing. I love Colin Wing. Jessica Henwick, oh my god, killed it. Fucking loved her character. Watch her all day. So hopefully they bring her back when we talk about the Born Again. Like hopefully she's one of those characters, and she wants to come back. She's already stated that. So she's just waiting for the call. I think she should because she was the best thing of that show. I thought she was also good. I don't know. Was that in the same show? Was it in Iron Fist that she also teamed up with the cop?
With Misty?
Right? Yeah, Misty.
Yeah.
Was that? Yeah. Well, she
I don't
carried
think that
that
was in
too.
Defenders. I
So
think that was here.
that was in
Because
here,
Iron
right? That's
Fist
why
had
I wasn't
didn't Iron
sure.
Fist get 2 seasons?
Yeah, Iron Fist had two
Yeah,
seasons.
somehow
I
it
just
got
don't
two
remember.
fucking seasons.
I don't know if she got it. She was with her in this one, or was it in Defenders? I can't remember.
Mhm.
But either way, um, Colleen was great in Defenders too. So I just called it the Colleen show. To be
Yeah,
honest,
no, you did.
um,
That was not a slip up. That was on purpose.
yeah. So I know the show without her is definitely F tier, and it would be on the level of probably Inhumans. But um, because of her greatness, she's I gotta put her with D.
Yeah. Uh, I had it at. I'm not gonna lie. I had it at F.
Yeah, you had it at F. I know you did.
I had it
Yeah.
at F. I had it as like one of the biggest disappointments because I really was trying to be positive. Like I was like when I heard that they cast Sir Loris Tyrell as Iron Fist, I was like, okay, all right. Um, he might have the physicality to do it. In Game of Thrones, you have to do sword fighting and stuff. It's different disciplines, but maybe he could be dedicated to all the excuses in the world. Can't make up for the fact that when you cast somebody to be Iron Fist, and Iron Fist is supposed to be one of the best hand to hand combatants in
Mm-hmm.
all of Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not even in the top four of hand to hand combatants in your own series,
Yeah,
like
Colleen was
what
busting
the
his
fuck are
ass.
we doing? Like that was such a disappointment, such a huge fumble. the impact that the Shang-Chi movie had, where it surprised the hell out of people with the cool fight scenes, that bus scene that everybody talks about, like dead
Mhm.
ass. Every episode of Iron Fist was supposed to look like that, based
So
on
my
the
only
lore of the
thing,
character.
I will say that also plays a factor that it won't be as strong with you is that going into the series, I wasn't as knowledgeable about Iron Fist. So I think if I was on as knowledgeable as you were going into it, I probably would have put this at an F, and Colleen Wing would not have saved the day, no matter how great she was.
Yeah, like I agree with you. She's the best part of the series,
But
but
but I think she carried it to a D because I would watch it again just to see her.
because you put it at the end of the D tier, like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna argue with it because I agree with you. Colin Wing was strong. I mean, it's just a weird thing because the Netflix they clowned Iron Fist in a way too in Defenders because Matt fucked them up like
Mhm.
easily. You know, it was like it was a dick measuring fight, but
I almost
they
spit
wrote
my
that in
water
there. They
out.
didn't have to do that, and they wrote that in there. And then even in his own 2-season, 23-episode series, basically by the end of it, Colleen Wing became the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
She becomes the Iron Fist, and then he goes and travels or whatever, and somehow still has the Iron Fist. That's not supposed to. Well, whatever. So it's really strange. Even the series itself tried to course correct him from being from Finn Jones from being Iron Fist. So it's like,
Now,
what are we doing? You know,
yeah, I think
I think
they,
they're bringing him
yeah,
back, and
no,
I'm
no, I mean,
hoping
it's not, there's no thinking. He's
they're
back.
bringing him back,
Solid.
and I'm
Yeah.
hoping that over the course of the last few years, he's been in the fucking dojo because
Well, Colin Wing's been teaching them, that's what we're
hopefully,
doing.
hopefully because
Yeah, man.
we've seen plenty other actors in roles where martial arts is a huge part of their character's persona, and they put the work in.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking of guys like Taz Skylar from the One Piece live action series. This dude never did anything like that. You know, have to do all the freaking kicks and taekwondo and all this other shit. He wasn't, but he trained his ass off. And when you see him in the series, you're like, all right, damn, he did the thing. At no point did I ever think that Finn Jones was deserving of even being one of the guys getting their ass kicked by Iron Fist on the series. Made no sense. It was an insult to the character, but whatever. You got it at D. I'm not even gonna fucking argue.
I'm just gonna blame the writing. I'm gonna
No,
blame
I'm not just
the
gonna blame the writing. I'm also gonna blame whoever the stunt choreographers, the all that shit,
well, yeah, that's
and
what I
Finn
mean.
Jones.
Like
I'm
the I'm
blaming
not
all of them.
I'm blaming everyone but the actor because I think he just didn't get justice.
There's a ton of other series that have come out where martial arts is a heavy part of it that shit on every
Yeah,
single
I
one
get it.
of Iron
I get
Fist
it. I get
scenes.
it. I get it.
Fucking embarrassing. Anyway, all right, what we
Your
got
turn.
left here? That one had me heated, man. That was. I'm doing Punisher. I don't give a fuck. All right, Punisher, Netflix series
Okay.
to finish out the Netflix series. I have one note on Punisher. Everybody want to be Frank.
Okay.
That's the note because everybody does want to be Punisher. They don't always
Okay.
get it right because they don't understand the character, but everybody want to be Frank. So
Okay.
I got Punisher right behind Born Again,
Born again. Yep.
only because I know it might not be fair, and I've said this a bunch of times, but the Netflix drag with some of the stories, uh, Punisher suffered from that more so than the Daredevil series did, but it was still really solid. Let me tell you something. You know that's John Bernthal's fucking go to. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. This is always he says that line like in every fucking role, even if he's playing the president of the United States. Let me tell you something. He's great. This one
Yeah.
has monologues. This one has
That
those
carries.
slow burn
Yeah.
moments that are really good. Um,
Yeah.
and also we see the Thing. The Thing is in this movie. Well, at least the actor that plays him, because he plays Micro in here. You know, the tech guy for Frank Castle. Karen, when she
Mm.
shows up there, is good.
Yep.
It's I mean, one batch, two batch. You know what I'm saying? It's on the A
Yeah,
tier.
she was great. She was
Yeah,
great.
it's one of the best series that the MCU's done. They adapt, they adapted it, rather reacquired it from Netflix basically. But I think you can see now where they're going with it. They're putting him in Spider Man. They put him in Born Again. Obviously, he's getting his one off
His own.
series. It's because it's a great casting, and Punisher is one of the characters that everybody likes to watch, and this series is one of the reasons why.
I'll just basically add one thing, and you know how Hugh Jackman is Spider Man. I mean, is Wolverine. Sorry, I was looking at Spider Man.
No, no, he is. You just
Um,
broke that news.
you know how Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Well, John Bernthal is Punisher. Like that's like no one else could play that character ever again.
Ever
That's just
again?
what
You careful.
ever again. No one can play Punisher ever again. And it's the same thing like with Wolverine. The only reason I'm allowing it with Wolverine is just because we're getting X Men in the MCU. So it was unfair. He never really got to be a part of it in his prime. That's the only reason I'll allow a new Logan. But other than that, yeah. So I'm fine with it at A. I'm cool with that. Uh, let's go to the next one. Um, I guess since for someone, it's kind of weird because you're the Guardians fan, yet I've done all four Guardians. Um, let me go ahead and rank the last one, the Christmas special, which I really enjoyed. I think the Christmas special is really good, really good. It's so good that I'm gonna also put it in A tier.
Wow. Where?
It would be bottom. It would be bottom.
Bottom of the A tier?
Yeah. I really enjoyed the Christmas thing. Um, it was and it was also emotional as well. Like I don't know, it was I forgot how long it was, but I know it wasn't that long. It was like what, maybe an hour or some change, maybe not even. I don't even
Yeah,
remember,
it was like
but
a movie, yeah.
yeah, it was really good. It surprised me. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
Kevin Bacon.
Um, but it was really good. So I got it at the A. It was a shocking A for me.
I mean, I said what I said about the trilogy. I don't count this as part of the trilogy. I had it as a B, but I also enjoyed it a lot. I just, it wasn't. You could tell it was shot on a soundstage and then like at Kevin Bacon's house, and that's it. And it felt like that. So for it to be a Guardians movie, it didn't feel as galaxy as the other ones.
Yeah, no, it was more
So
home,
because
like
it felt
down.
small, I understand
Yeah,
Christmas special. I enjoyed it, of course, and I thought it was well done, and it was done in the tradition of other like Christmas specials from like Star Wars and
yeah.
Muppets or whatever the fuck, like so it has that campy type of humor in it as well.
Family Guy.
One of the scariest Groot monstrosities, the way he looks in this one. But anyway, it's good. Mantis is Peter's sister. Who knew? That type of shit. It's good.
hmm
It's good. I'm not gonna fight you to knock it down to B. Yeah, sure. It was solid for a holiday Christmas special.
It was one
Absolutely.
of it to me. It was it's probably the biggest surprise for me in the MCU as far as how much I enjoyed it.
Well, again, the Guardians themselves are the biggest surprise because nobody's. They are the biggest gamble and best
Well, they
return.
were the biggest surprise after the first one. After that, they weren't a
Period.
surprise anymore.
Period. Point blank. Let me just get
Then
this
they
out the
let
way
us
because I
all
know you
down.
didn't rate it. I know you didn't watch this, so I'm gonna just put it here. Agent Carter got it a D tier. Listen, I really really like Peggy Carter, the actress that plays her.
Yeah,
Um, why is her name eluding me? I just saw the last two Mission Impossible movies again. name will come to me. I'm so
I don't
sorry.
remember her name, but she's a very beautiful actress.
I like her. The series was okay, but I'm probably punishing the series because of what they've done with the character after that. With like, what if she feels like an industry plant? Like I liked her in the movie. Did she need a whole series on her own? Probably not. You know what I mean? But they gave it to her, and she was
This
charming
this
in
was
it.
an ABC show, right?
ABC show. We got Jarvis in it, like the IRL Jarvis and stuff like that, not the AI Jarvis.
Was there anything in this show that was just like anything worth it? Like important. I mean, I guess that's
No,
the
because
question.
like the other, no, because like the other ABC show, like Inhumans and Agents of Shield, it's part of MCU, but not like fully. Haley
Okay.
Atwell. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, that's
so
it. Yeah,
sorry.
I would have if I had saw a list of names, I would have
Haley
figured it
Atwell.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to look it up. I don't know why I forgot that.
I think
She's a great
honestly that
actress.
show. I think that's why they made a show. Is they wanted to keep her, um, give her a show, make her happy, so that they can bring her back for when Cap needs to do the dance.
It's
That's
it's a
pretty much what it
shame
was.
though because like I would have much rather. I know they couldn't do it, but I would have much rather seen Agent Carter and Cap doing stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
we didn't
but
see
yeah, you
enough of
can't
that.
can't we can't waste no
I know the budget. I know. Just it wasn't gonna happen. But I'm just saying for her to
yeah.
carry on her own.
All right, I'm gonna go with that's Doctor Strange 1,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I'll just go with Doctor Strange 1. I'll let you talk about the other two
I
'cause,
didn't think you
I
were
don't.
gonna go with the other two. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cap. I mean, not Cap. With Doctor Strange, I'm gonna put it in. See, this was a little tough because is it better than? Is it? You know what? No, I think I would put it in bottom B. Is
Where?
it bottom B or top C?
Where?
But it would be bottom if it's gonna be
All
on
right, but
B.
where? All the way at the bottom?
Like yes, the bottom, the very bottom. It's either gonna be bottom or top C. I can't figure out which one.
Well, figure it out, cause
You
that's
know
what
what?
I do.
No. I put it in C. Put it in C. And it would be actually now that I think about it, I would put it right above Thor. I guess. I guess that would be where I put it because I think it was better than Thor.
Wow. Okay.
So, um, I I like this. I like this. The Doctor Strange
I
movie. I
like
thought
this. C.
no. C is not. C is
I know
it's
C's
light.
not bad. I know.
See, it wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't great. Like it wasn't good, but like to be a B. But I think it. I mean, you have Agatha as C, so and you liked it. So yeah, I think it was just in the middle. Like it's nothing fantastic about it, but nothing bad either. I do like Cumberbatch, but I think he's a good actor. I think he fits the role really well as Doctor Strange, at least from the Doctor Strange that I know. So I'm fine with him, and there was a lot of great visuals in there as well. So yeah, I'll go C. If it's a B, it would have been the very bottom, but top C is fine.
All right. I'm not gonna waste the turn to move it to where I had it. I had it at B. I'm not gonna waste a turn to do that.
Okay.
But I thought that the visuals were great, like really good, and
Yeah.
considering that they were trying to not emulate but capture the psychedelic Jack Kirby type of effect, not the Jack Kirby visuals, but just the effect, the affect that his art style had from the comic for these
Okay.
really weird, like Doctor Strange experiences in the stories.
Hmm.
I thought that they did a great job with that. I still, to this day, do not know how to feel about the casting of the Ancient One, because Tilda Swinton, I like her, and I liked her character, but
Hmm.
I don't know if she was the Ancient One. Like I just feel like they just put Tilda Swinton in that role.
I feel like she was better in that. In which one was that? Was that Infinity War? No, no, it was Endgame. What was the
No,
one where
it wasn't.
she?
No, it was Infinity War, where Hulk goes to
It
get
was.
the. Yeah, it's Infinity
Okay, it
War.
was Infinity War.
Is it?
Okay, I can't
No,
remember if it
no,
was
no,
Infinity War or Endgame. It was Endgame, right?
no. What the fuck? No, it had to be Endgame.
Endgame. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
like.
was Endgame.
I thought she was good in Endgame.
Yeah, she was, and I'm saying I thought she was good here too, but I don't know. The Ancient One from the comics a little different, like a lot of different.
Okay, yeah,
uh, so I still to this day don't know how to feel about that completely. But Wong was cool. He was funny.
yeah.
The
Well,
they did an okay job with Carmitage. I mean, to keep it a buck, Carmitage should feel more like a Hogwarts type of situation. Like it should feel bigger, just in like scale and what's there. But it's fine. I had it at B. Not gonna fight you. I thought it was way better than Multiverse of Madness, but that's fine. We got it. We got that. All right, my goal. We got two more left, and I don't even know if you watch both of these. So I'll do Eyes of Wakanda. I got you. I'm gonna put Eyes of Wakanda as C. Uh, it was more cohesive than Ironheart, I guess, even though they were vignettes. Ironically, I liked the Iron Fist episode of this a lot. That was pretty cool.
yeah. You said that earlier. You liked the that
Yep,
was like
I
your
said it
second
to you
favorite, I
like
think.
off stream.
Yeah.
I like that. The visuals are cool. It's But I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna do anything else with it. That's my problem.
Yeah, I highly doubt
Like
it.
if there is a place for more to build lore, Asgard, Wakanda, instead of just Eyes of Wakanda. To be honest, it should have been like it should have had stuff from Atlantis, Asgard, just all the corners. There should be a series about the corners of the MCU. Not that Wakanda's a corner, but what I'm saying is, if you want to
Yeah, like all the
world
different
build,
areas.
yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
world build and lore build, I think Eyes of Wakanda is a good start, but there should be something that has like a little bit of each, where we're looking at characters
Wings,
that are
wings of
impactful.
Asgard,
Oh, that's nice.
the ways of Atlantis.
All right, now you just adding wings to everything, right? The wings of Wakanda.
I said waves.
Oh, waves of Atlantis. That's good. Yeah, like they should have things like that where you're seeing how characters are affected. Like, not to get into it too much, but there's like this one off thing that they did in One Piece, um, where like it's telling these stories from the perspectives of like Marines or like from characters that look up to some of the characters in One Piece that we don't know who they are, but they're just in the background and we see how their lives are affected by what the main characters are doing, which I think is interesting. And if you remember the first Avengers movie, at the end of it, there's this actress who's Ashley Johnson. She plays from Last of Us. Ooh, main character. Oh my god, Ellie. She's the voice actress of Ellie in Last of Us. Um,
Mhm.
she's like a bank teller or something. Whatever. You could see her running in the background, and she's looking up at Steve Rogers, saving them from Chitauri, whatever. And then she gets interviewed and she talks about how Captain America saved her life or whatever. The Avengers saved her life. It's like if you would have made a series about how her life was affected by that, and maybe her reactions to things in the future that the Avengers did, like how that particular person who was saved, how she would have viewed what happened to Scarlet Witch in Age of Ultron 2. The fallout of when she tried to contain the explosion of Crossbones and then ended up killing Wakandas by accident. It'd have been interesting if they would have followed her reaction, and then maybe some of those those Wakandan students or the families of them. And if you go to all these corners of the MCU, but anyway, it's like a slice of life for that, building lore building for Wakanda, the Empire, and throughout their history, and it's cool, but it wasn't like amazing. See, there's only
Yeah.
one project left.
So that's gonna be Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. All right. Well, I have the Marvels above it, so I thought
Oh,
the Marvels is definitely better. So if I have the Marvels above it, that means we're looking at low C, high D. Um, so obviously, let's just put it at D for now. That's what I'm gonna put it at.
where?
Top. For me, it'd be top D.
Okay, that's it.
I mean, it's really. I feel like when we talked about the Marvels, we kind of already talked about Captain Marvel. I mean, I pretty much said it. Like, if we had the Captain Marvel in the Marvels in Captain Marvel, it would have been a so much better movie. I she needed Miss Marvel. She needed Spectrum to help her. I don't know if it was just to bounce stuff off of, or I don't know what it was really,
Hmm.
but it just wasn't the same. Now I do think that this movie is a little. I think the movie's a little underrated because people say it's like the worst one, like worst like movie in the MCU stuff. I don't think it's the worst movie in the MCU. I don't think it's anything near that, but I think that it's not as good as the Marvels, and because the Marvels are at a C, which I think you moved down because I think I had it as a B. I can't remember.
I did.
You moved it down, so I would have had Captain Marvel at a C if the Marvels was at a B. I think it's
Understood.
like
I
that's pretty much so. I have no choice but to put it at D because of that.
All right. I mean, yeah, we did touch on some of it. Captain Marvel was hyped by Kevin Feige. Oh, she's the most powerful character in the MCU and most powerful hero. But in her movie, which it was released at an odd time because it came out
After Infinity War, right?
after Infinity War.
I think it came out right between them. I think it was
Whenever
the
the hell
first.
it came out, it was
It
in a
was the
weird
first or
spot.
second movie. Yeah, it was the first or second movie after Infinity War.
It was in a
Because I
weird,
can't remember was
yeah,
Ant-Man first or I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was first, and then it was
yeah. It
this.
was. It came out in a weird spot on the MCU timeline of releases. So that was one thing it was going up against, and then it kind of split the story between her and Nick Fury's development and origins too. And I
Hmm.
feel like they should have just focused more on her. You know, she definitely showed out at the end. Huge display of power, taking out multiple Kree warships and shit like that. I mean, Thor at the time, I don't know if he could have done that the way she as easily as she did it. So I get when they're saying, "Oh, she's more powerful," whatever. But just as a story, Here's the thing: at one point, the MCU projects were trying to like take characters and put them in genres of movies.
Yeah,
And I feel like Captain Marvel didn't go hard enough in the paint if it took place in the 90s or 80s actually, and they wanted to do like a buddy cop 80s comedy because that's what it ended up being. It was Nick Fury and her teaming
yeah.
up to solve the problems and shit. They didn't go hard enough in the paint if they were going for that type of thing. So in terms of a genre, it was hard to pinpoint where this was, and I feel like the if you're going to just do your own thing, I think you should just lean into it 100%, or you find the right genre that works with the characters and the story you're trying to tell, and you do that. And this is one that was like in the middle. So I had it at D as well, but I think C at best. And I also agree it's overhated, but people like me who were more disappointed in it than happy with it were because I feel like Brie Olson, not Brie Olson,
Larson.
porn
Larson.
star, Brie Larson,
Wow.
Brie Larson, sorry, Scott Pilgrim,
We know what you
she
want.
Black Sheep, she's really good as Captain Marvel. Like I think she's good casting for Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's not the most likable hero in the comics. Other characters, other Avengers hate working with her. They respect her, but there's a bunch of examples of when they find, like Spider-Man finds out she's leading a team. He goes, "Ah," you know what I mean? He's like, "Does the city need saving?" That's the only time you're gonna hear Pete say some shit like that, But
I
she plays
I
it
think
well.
she. I think I will say this just to end it with her about her. Then I think she was redeemed as a character with Endgame and Miss and the Marvels. Like, I think they redeemed her. To me, they fixed her for me. Now I don't know comic wise, but for me, I'm more interested in her as a character now after the Marvels. I think power wise, I was happy with what they did in Endgame. Could have done more probably, but I was at least impressed what she did in Endgame. And then the Marvels, like I said, I thought that thank God for Miss Marvel, for helping her. But yeah, that's just
I like her Captain Marvel. I just feel like they haven't done enough with her. That's how I feel.
yeah. No,
Like
yeah. They need
in her
something
two
else.
movies, they split her narrative two ways in the first one, and they split it three ways in the next one. Maybe three and a quarter, maybe three and a half, because Nick Fury was
I
there
don't think
again.
she'll. I don't think she can have a successful solo. I'll just be honest.
All right, then what I need to do, then I'll say this, and for my last point on this, she is a leader of the Avengers in the comics. Okay, they haven't done enough to establish her as being a leader in the MCU. She's just strong, but they haven't given her enough examples or opportunities to demonstrate her
To get
ability
to that.
to lead. And so I think
Understood.
either you put her in a group that she's the head of on her own, not splitting, or you tell a compelling solo story with her so that later on you're like, okay, I get why she can be one of the leaders of the Avengers. Like that, they have to do one or the other. So,
Makes sense.
anyway, these are our rankings. Let's just go through it real quick to summarize. We'll start at the F tier. So we have. I'm gonna just go in reverse order. So this is from our lowest rank to our highest rank so far in terms of the tier list. Okay, will that reflect when we do the brackets? We'll see. But here we go. We got at the bottom, Multiverse of Madness. We have Secret Invasion, Inhumans, Ant-Man Quantumania, Marvel's What If, Thor Love and Thunder, followed by the D tier Iron Fist,
Colin Wing. I'm sorry. Yeah, Iron Fist.
Colin Wing, yeah, Agent Carter, Marvel Zombies, Thor: The Dark World, the She-Hulk, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man 3, yeah,
Yeah.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the series, Eternals, Captain America, Brave New World, Echo, Captain Marvel. Then for the C tier, we got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ant Man, Ironheart, Eyes of Wakanda, Hulk, the Harlem one, the Defenders series, The Marvels, Iron Man 2, Thor, Doctor Strange, Agatha All Along, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In the B tier, we have Werewolf by Night, Wonder Man, Wakanda Forever, Avengers Age of Ultron, Black Widow, Miss Marvel, the series, Captain America, the First Avenger, Hawkeye, Luke Cage, Spider Man Homecoming, Spider Man Far From Home, Fantastic Four First Steps, Shang-Chi, Jessica Jones, Black Panther, and Moon Knight. B is a very crowded tier. Then we have in the A tier the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas Special, Spider-Man, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man animated series, Thunderbolts, Deadpool and Wolverine, Punisher the series, Daredevil Born Again, Thor Ragnarok, Iron Man the original, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Loki, WandaVision, and then at the top of the A tier we have Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Volume 1. And then for the S tier, we have Daredevil, the Netflix series, Captain America: Civil War, the original Avengers film, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Avengers: Endgame, X-Men '97, Captain America: Winter Soldier, and Avengers: Infinity War. Those are our rankings of the 66 MCU projects to date. And it took 2 episodes and several hours to get through it all, but this is the list that we put together. Fino, any thoughts?
The S tier is going to be very interesting of where we go with our seeding. We have to pick 4 number 1 seeds. That's going to be very tough for me.
I don't imagine it will be easy. I don't imagine it will be easy.
Because I know we put them in like a ranking order, but
right. But we didn't always remember we put them in a ranking order, but the X factor in that is that we didn't agree on every tier, and then we only could move them up or down by giving like so where we put them even in that tier is an X factor, a variable.
Right. So that's why it's going to be a little tough because I mean I know 2 of them for sure. Like 2 of them are a lock for a 1 seed, but it's going to be very tough for the last 2. For me at least, it might be probably going to be easier for you. How many S's did you have originally in yours? Did you have 4?
I had 4.
You had 4.
I did. Because
so
for me,
your 4 would have been easy.
I went into this knowing we were going to do the seeding, so I was like, to make it easier on myself. These are the
let's say we
top ones.
Let's say we weren't doing that. How many S's would you truly have? Would you still have
I would have
4?
probably had 1 or 2 more at the most, but not more than
So
that.
I know. Okay, so if that's the case, that means technically
I would
5 of these.
I would have had 5
5
or
of
6
these
at
things.
most.
5 of them you wouldn't have that we have.
Right.
Because you said, if I remember right,
Guardians. I had Guardians as one of my S tiers. I did.
So 5 of these you don't have. I would imagine you have 2 of them. The same 2 that I already put as the top 2.
Listen, that's speculation.
I'm pretty sure. I would be shocked if these 2 are not up there with Guardians of the Galaxy with you. So then the last one. That's oof. Okay. When are we doing the seeding? Is the seeding going to be?
Well,
are we going to do the seeding like as a separate thing, and then we'll do
the debate?
Because the seeding is not going to. Yeah.
I don't know how long the seeding is going to take. What we could also do. We don't have to record. We're planning. This is you're getting behind the scenes planning as part of this. Shit, we should end it. But real quick, we could do the seating off camera. Just between the people
want to. The people want to know.
Well, because my thing is, we're already going to be debating the brackets. Like we're already going to be debating the matchups as it is.
Yeah, but seeding matters in those brackets. Then you can argue they're more important. That's the whole thing about the NCAA tournament. Seeding is all important. Like you might see a 12 beat a 5. Like you might, depending on the seeding. So I think what we should do, we'll just tell the people now. We do another thing for just the seeding. It's not going to take as long. It's not going to take long at all. Because I think the toughest parts, after we figure out like I feel like our toughest ones is the top. Actually, I don't even think the top is really that hard. I'm just curious what it would be. I just don't want to discuss it right now. The toughest is going to be probably when we hit the AB tier. Those are going to be the toughest.
Listen, I'm gonna say this too.
But
I'm gonna say this too. Some of the things I didn't fight you on because I maybe had
you're
them.
gonna,
I had them higher.
yeah,
So if they are in a matchup with a lower seed or whatever,
that's what I'm saying.
I saved my arguments for why they
For that,
are as
yeah,
good
yeah,
as they are for that.
yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I get it.
So anyway,
That's why I wanted. That's why I was fighting early because I want some of mine to get through early. They can lose later, but I want them to at least pass the first round.
listen, you want them to look good on here, and I want them to look good in the bracket. How about that?
That's cool. I think that's what we'll do though. We'll have to do we'll do a short stream for the bracket
Short by our
for the seeding.
standards. Short by our standards. All right, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
wrap this up. For people
yeah.
that watched, thanks, appreciate it. You know our socials, I think, but I'll put in the description a link to Drake Rice Casa, the Discord server channel. And if you have different opinions, put them in the comments. Hit us up on social media, text me, whatever, and we will take into account those things going into our next episode. For I say episode, but our next live stream when we do the seeding
Yes.
of these MCU projects. And who knows,
Yep.
maybe Daredevil Born Again will hit different by the time we're talking about it again.
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Yeah,
Just quick question then.
we're not moving anything, but
We
it might
can't move
affect this.
nothing.
No,
Like,
but
what if something like amazing
but
happens in the last two
no,
episodes?
well, so according to Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, there are going to be amazing things to happen. But and you know
Oh,
what?
this is
Wing
moving
on
up.
amazing, huh? No, no.
No,
Listen,
okay.
it could affect the seeding conversation, but not the tier. You get what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's fine. Well, the tears, I guess the tear don't matter no more. Now we got the tears out the way.
The tiers are just gonna help
Oh
us,
man,
help guide us for
that
the
might
seeding.
help. That's gonna help the bracket. That's gonna break the bracket right there.
What I would like to do though for the next one, or at
Yeah,
least when we have the bracket, I want to release the bracket so other people can see it, and then maybe we could get people voting. We could get like votes and see
yeah,
what people say. Uh,
I agree.
just to see what people think for that. Maybe you could
I
put those
got you.
votes in your Discord.
Yeah, put it exclusively in the Discord. So no, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. All right. So, oh yeah, thank you
No,
all for watching. You all have a pleasant evening. If you're catching us late, you can go back. It's on YouTube, so it's there forever. And yeah,
yes.
thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all. Later, Fino.
See ya.